welcome back to another episode of With Disadvantage. We are doing our Echoverse campaign today. I'm your host and DM, Chev, and with me today I have Bunsen playing Lulu. We have Rainbow playing the lovable Shenanigans. Although, are you Shenanigans or Razzmatazz right now?
I'm Shenanigans, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. We have, what are you this week? Supreme PJ-ness playing Hava Beer. And
PJ-san.
And Mirama playing El Sacapunto, and Codeman playing Zurok. So we're going to go through and we're going to do some character introductions real fast. Lulu, who are you and what are you about?
Hi, I'm Lulu. I have intelligence that's a really big number. It's too much for one hand.
Okay, and Shenanigans?
I'm Rainbow, and I play Shenanigans. Hello, Shenanigans! And if you would like to sponsor this podcast with free booze, please send all inquiries to Chev, our DM.
Oh, jeez. You know what? We were joking earlier. It's going to be funny one day if some company does reach out and wants to sponsor our show that sells alcohol and sends us like free samples or something.
Oh, if we could find a local brewery or distillery to hop on board, that'd be killer.
Yeah, maybe go talk to Martin House, see what they'd say.
All right.
One thing I would know, I actually haven't drank yet, so whoever sponsors us, I could have you as my first drink.
Oh! We got incentive. All right. We also have Hava Beer.
Hi, I'm PJ-san, and I play Hava Beer, the Hammer, the Triton Terror, Death from the Depths, a gladiator from Myth-Nantar, and I will kill you all.
And also bullying.
You almost said tit there, didn't you?
Or no?
Okay, and then next we have Sacapunto.
I'm Sakapuno, and a few days ago, I punched a Yeti's guts out.
What else does Sakapunto do?
He punches.
All right.
What does he do at bars, though?
He does not drink
punches
because
there,
he's
too.
sober. Oh, wait, I know what you want to know. You want to know if he sings!
There we go. All right, and then before I let Zurok introduce himself, Zurok has so you've discovered, Zurok, that your emitter has a lot more capability than you thought it did. After Fitz fixed it, I think last session or the session before that, he got a hold of it, fixed how it was sputtering and flickering all the time, and then you've been in automated mode the whole time, basically on autopilot. But during that time, you've been sifting through your now repaired database and discovered a lot of things that you are capable of doing. So for the listeners, he's now part druid, part rogue, and it has a proper character sheet, and so we're going to take his character a little more seriously going forward. There's some mystery around his character, which we might come to at some point in the campaign. But for those who don't know, he's basically a hologram projected from a small emitter device. If you've seen Star Trek Voyager, think of the EMH's mobile emitter. Basically what his device is. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Zurok.
Alright, I'm still working. My name's Codeman. I'm still working on my voice. I'm thinking like Joe Dirt, the Indian guy, so I like playing with fireworks.
It's not dirt, it's deer tay.
Deer Tay. And I basically grew up in the woods and kind of an outcast guy who kind of came upon this group, and that's my character. Well, like you said, that I guess that's my character, but I'm basically an emitter, a computer program. So. Yeah,
so you were programmed by people you don't remember, with a lot of just kind of innate knowledge, and so you have some fuzzy memories of where of like basically like growing up, even though you know that you're a computer program and that didn't actually happen.
Yeah.
You've got some experiences to process. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do a quick recap of last time. You guys, last time we made our way back to Tanith Station from the snowy North Pole base, where you guys disabled the pylon. The atmosphere around the pylon cleared up, and everything returned to what I guess you would consider normal. And no more energy was being siphoned off the atmosphere, at least on that hemisphere of the planet of Toril. You guys went up to check on Tanith. You found that his integrity field had increased in its status of the integrity field had increased. A stasis field integrity, excuse me, that's what I'm trying to say. Had increased up to, I think, almost 100% by the time you guys found it. And Fitz posited that there was another pylon somewhere on Toril because there was still energy being siphoned from the side of the planet. It was kind of coming around the side of the from the other hemisphere, and you guys already found one pylon on one pole of the planet, and so he kind of guessed that there might be one on the other pole. Sure enough, you guys found one as you descended from orbit very carefully in the new USS Lulu sphere spaceship that you guys created. You rammed into the top orb of the pylon, saving yourselves the time from walking all the way up all the steps to get to the top of the pylon. And you're able to get inside and bust the energy orb in the middle, which seems to, so far as you guys know, shut down these pylons as they can't function without whatever this mechanism in the center of the top part is. So you guys shut that down. The atmosphere cleared up again, and that's where you guys are now, right? Aren't you guys still up at the top?
Yeah, I'm in the basement.
Oh, you guys made your way down to the bottom, huh? That's right.
Yeah.
And that's where we had our long rest, I think.
Yes.
Yep,
okay.
I found that weapon.
Okay, so we probably need to get our little shitty map out here. Random battle map. This is the base of the pylon that you guys are in. Very similar to the other side of the planet. It's kind of snowy outside, although there's no blizzard. Whether there was one before you guys destroyed the pylon is hard to say, but there's not one now.
I like to investigate the room for like if there's like any coats around or anything like that.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
So this room is square, not circular?
Yeah, the pylon base has always been square. Maybe I didn't describe that very well, but the spiral staircase going up it that I'm drawing now is circular. Like it goes up in a circular spiral.
All right, I got a 4.
Okay, you look around the room, and just like before, it's a pretty sterile room. There's not much there.
I just have a question. Have I like spawned out of my emitter already, or?
Yes. So because of your newfound automated mode, and you're not constantly popping in and out of existence all the time due to the damage to your emitter, you've been basically zombie walking behind the group the whole time.
Okay.
Your processor's been busy uncovering all the things that you've learned about yourself and your past, and you've now finally got a good firm grasp on what you're capable of, or at least what you think you do so far, and you want to try it out. So you're taking back control.
Quick question: the 9 live stealer I found this last time.
Yes.
I had Furlough's help in determining its type of magic. Now, did that? I believe you said, but I could be wrong, and so that's why I'm asking. That I'm attuned to it now, but I wanted to be sure.
So you spent a long rest with it. So yes.
Yes. Okay, great.
You need to mark that probably on your D&D Beyond sheet if you haven't already.
I have, because I thought that was my understanding last time, but then I realized I was a bit foggy on the details, and I better just double check with you.
Okay, yeah. So you're good. I'm adding that to your sheet right now, so you should have it.
Now, if I'm attuned to it, does that mean I understand exactly what all of its powers are?
Yes. Yeah, you know
Okay.
you know what it's capable of now. You also remember you kind of had a little cheat because Furlough was able to tell you about it.
Well, yeah, I remember he was able to tell me about it, but I don't know whether one of the practical effects of attunement is understanding exactly how your piece of magical equipment works. So I wanted to clear.
Yeah, it
ask
does.
you. Yeah.
Yep, you're all set. You are one with the 9 live stealer.
Yes.
Bitchin'. Yes.
Oh wait, this is like a different location. We're not dealing with a snowstorm, are we?
No, I told you there's no snowstorm outside. It is snowy though.
Oh,
You are at the opposite pole, but as poles go, they're both cold.
I'm gonna slowly walk around the room and do another check if that's okay with you.
Sure.
I'm gonna ask Shenanigans. You're a druid, so you know a lot about animals, right?
Oh, a little bit.
Do Yeti have a tendency to hoard gold in their caves? Or not gold necessarily, but treasure of any kind?
I don't think that's an animal.
We've fought some Yeti. What are they?
Humanoid? Oh, what about my rule, Chef?
You don't find anything else. It's empty. There's nothing in there really to find. These pylons have been pretty sterile for the most part.
Well, back in my sleeping bag I go then.
Okay. You guys hear from the back of the group as you guys are kind of waking up and talking. You just hear.
Oh, is the gnome not up yet?
Nope. He's sleeping
I'm gonna
sound.
stealthily take all of his winter gear and take it for myself.
Wow. All right. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check.
You know what? I can roll and then use the my inspiration later if it's bad, right? Or is that wrong?
You can roll it. You can use your inspiration to roll with advantage, and you can do it as long as you don't know the outcome of your roll. If you roll and then I tell you whether you found something or not, then you cannot re-roll it.
I roll, but then I'm gonna keep ready to roll again.
Okay, so
I roll again.
Okay.
Only if you want to re-roll it.
All right.
Ooh.
So you consumed your inspiration. Make sure you mark that down. And so a 19. All right. So you're able to pretty easily, as you ooze across the room, and he's. You undress his snow boots and snow pants and snow gloves and everything, and you put it on yourself, I guess?
Yes.
Okay, so you do have to form legs now. I don't know if this is the first time you've formed legs or not. If it is, you might have a little trouble walking at first. But yeah, in order to fit the snow pants on, you've got to have legs.
I do that.
And,
I believe I still have winter wear from last time.
yeah, I would say so.
I think so.
All right, sounds right.
Do I even need winter wear in this environment? Or is it still cold enough to
No, you don't
require it?
anymore. It's not a blizzard anymore. So you guys all might be super cold if you don't have any cold resistance, but it's not gonna kill you.
It might kill me and Lulu, but not you guys.
I don't even know if it would kill you and Lulu. You'd just be miserable.
Yeah, maybe turn into popsicles.
I'm gonna get away from the gnome before he wakes up.
Okay. Feeling the breeze over him now, as he's a little chilly, he kind of reaches behind him and grabs a little bit of the little cape, the little cloak that he normally wears, and
Could any of
pulls
us-
it over him.
Could any of us see this? See him just stealing from the gnome?
Oh yeah, you guys are all sleeping in this very open space. Like you're all next to each other, basically.
Is there anywhere else to explore? Like, are we at the bottom of the stairs where I woke up from the long rest? Are the dimensions of this entire area known to me, or is there still more for me to look at?
They're known to you. You guys have been in these bases before, these pylons. There's really nothing here. The only place that's even sort of secluded is underneath where the stairs are closest to the floor. So like the stairs start like right here, and they go up and then they wind around in a circle. And so right back there maybe is the corner where it's like sort of small. So you can look under there, but Shenanigans already did. It's really like everywhere else is super visible. It's just the only spot that maybe you have to bend down to look under.
I'm just gonna whistle my way to the door and open up and just kind of look outside.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna look outside too.
Yeah.
Yes. Sakapuno has waken up and is eating a ration.
Okay. That's a good point. If you guys need to consume rations, do so now.
Okay.
All right.
Also,
I'm
Sakaputo,
gonna march outside.
Sakaputo, are you heading to the door too?
Yep.
All right. I want to try to climb on your back, piggyback.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, what do you do?
I just I'm wearing the snow outfit, so I'm in a human form, so I just get up like any human would.
You're just gonna start climbing on my back without telling me?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on your
Oh, I
back.
hope you punch him.
I get surprised that I try to throw your ass off.
Okay.
All right. So are you?
Roll stuff?
Yeah, you guys. I guess you would roll a grapple basically. So you roll a athletics check, Lulu, and then Sakapunto, you can roll athletics or acrobatics to resist.
All right. Do I get advantage since I'm a sign vault?
I think you
I
get advantage
guess
because you
so.
caught him by surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that's accurate.
22. All
right, so you try to you adeptly maneuver your way onto Sakapunto's shoulders, but you don't warn him, and he immediately reaches up behind and like, hey, and throws you back off. Or you, sorry, I should have let you describe that, Sakapunto.
Yeah, so the second I feel Lulu try to jump on my back and I'm surprised, I just sort of reach back and grab her and I throw her over the front of me onto the ground. But the second Sakapuno realizes what he did, he goes, oh, Goo Girl, you caught me by surprise, and then picks her up and puts her on his shoulders anyway.
all the commotion rouses Furlough, and Furlough rolls awake and he's like, ugh, another day, and stands up. Also, Freya and Kairon also find themselves awake and start to stand up.
From being slammed down onto the ground, I just say,
Good morning.
I'm gonna so I'm ready to fight shit. Like I'm gonna start heading toward the door.
Okay.
This place.
All right, so you walk up to this door. From the inside, the door is super obvious. On the outside, it's not so obvious. It kind of blends in with the plating around the base of the pylon. But from the inside, you can easily slide the door. It kind of slides into the wall, basically. Doesn't open
it's
like
pocket
a door.
door.
Yeah. So it slides between the wall, that's this metal alloy wall. There's a slot in there, and it just kind of slides into there.
I'm gonna say, well, looks like we've done what we need to do here. Let's go.
All right. So do you guys all follow?
Yeah, I thought I was already stepping outside and have a look.
Okay.
Carrie and Lulu.
All right, so Have a Beer and Shenanigans, you guys both step outside. Lulu and Sakapunto, you guys also step outside.
I turn to Furlough and I say, Have a Beer, I say, I guess it would suck if anyone forgot to bring their water gear here.
Furlough and Kairon also step out with you guys, and then Zurok, do you follow?
Yes.
Okay, you step
So you
outside.
said it would suck if what happened?
Yeah,
Is he
you
still
guys-
sleeping?
You guys turn around, you just still hear.
So I'm gonna make a snowball on the spot and I'm gonna throw it at him.
Okay. Let's see. Go ahead and roll an unarmed strike attack roll. So just roll me a d20.
Could always have a beer go and abuse him a little bit again.
Oh God.
That's just a tease, so I probably missed.
Okay. I'm gonna go in, and I'm gonna take my maul.
wait,
Oh no.
I just want to note that as you walk back in, Lulu gives you a very mean stare, like, don't do anything mean.
He's a
And
smack him away.
I'm oblivious. I don't even know where your goopy eyes are. So I take my maul and I'm going to swing it and hit the metal staircase because I want to just to make a big clang.
Okay. Well, so first you threw a snowball, right, Shenanigans?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It flew over his head and hit the wall behind him. All right, and then you are just hitting the stairwell.
Yeah, just and I'm not looking to break anything. I just want to make a noise to wake up the gnome.
All right, so you bong, and it rings around the room, and all of a sudden he's just, what? Where am I? What's going on? He stands up.
Rise and shine, Fitz. And this is the newer, gentler Havabeer kindly asking you to wake up. It's time for us to go. Is there anything I can do to help you prep since you have delayed us thus far?
No, I don't know where were you going?
Well, I was
He's clearly groggy. He's like wiping his eyes, like rubbing his eyes.
Oh, I give him kind of a menacing stare. Can I help you up off the ground?
He looks at you skeptically. He doesn't say anything. He just gives you kind of like this squinty glare.
No? Oh, it looks like you've got it handled then. The next thing I wanted to ask you is, with that Nexus destroyed, what should our next move be? Should we head back to Tanis? Or is there more that we need to do on the ground in this area?
Why are you always asking me what to do next? I don't know. If you want to destroy pylons, then we should look for pylons.
Neither do we. You are the technological expert, and so it is your expertise that we are relying on for our mission. So, of course, I'm going to ask you. I'm going to respectfully request your opinion again. What should our next step be?
Well, I'm afraid of doing something wrong, and then you're gonna blame me for it. So you decide what to do next.
How about this? The only thing that is frustrating me and getting under my skin is the lack of direction that I'm perceiving from you. And so, if you would like to stay on my good side,
I seem to recall helping you destroy a pylon, time resetting for no fault of our own, and you blaming me for it ever since. I refuse. It's not my fault. You guys make the mistakes.
Oh, Sakaputo! Before I kill this little pipsqueak!
He goes running. He runs off to the other side of the room.
Hang on. So, I definitely heard that, right?
Yes, you guys are all watching through the door.
Alright. As soon as you start threatening to kill him, I'm going to leap off of Sakabuto's shoulders and literally charge tackle into Havabir.
I'm going to sigh and saunter in after them.
He's far enough away for me to react, and I am ready to just belt him with my hammer.
All right, so you're going to charge and do what, Lulu?
Just charge tackle him.
Just tackle? So like a what? Like a grapple?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay, so you run up to him super fast, and go ahead and roll your athletics check, and Havabir, you can roll athletics or acrobatics to resist.
Alright, I'm gonna roll.
While this happens, Fitz is like, and he runs outside.
Hey, why do you have why do you have advantage?
It's a grapple.
Because he has advantage on grapple checks.
Okay.
So as he runs out, I throw a snowball at him.
Jeez.
You throw a snowball at Fitz?
Yep.
Alright, so your snowball hits him in the face and leaves snow. He's like, hey!
Can I try picking Fitz up, and putting him on my shoulders?
So he gets he bests me, but not by much.
So now that Shenanigans throws snowball at, no, hold on, I'll get to you guys. He comes running over here this way, and then you try to snatch him up?
Yeah.
Okay, you snatch him up easily. He's scared, and he's like feeling pretty abused.
I put him on my shoulders, and I give him a little pat.
He kind of hunkers down and just kind of holds on to your big furry bugbear mane and hunkers down behind, like thankful that you're saving him. And then he just I turn. And then he just kind of whispers, "Thank you."
And then I turn and watch Lulu absolutely fucking destroy Havabir.
All right, so Lulu, you charge in and you immediately just ooze over Havabir, and Havabir, you're
still in the snow outfit though, aren't I?
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, which means you may not have advantage on grapple, by the way.
Oh yes. Okay.
Because the whole reason you have advantage is because of the way you are, but the fact that you have the suit on.
Can I have absorbed the suit before?
Horse shit, no way.
I did already roll.
Zoom stuff in and out.
Well, you pick. You can either have the suit on, or...
I took the suit off as soon as I got back inside.
Alright. we'll accept it since you rolled. Alright, so you immediately just like glorp, just like you're Havabir now. You are immediately held in place by Lulu as she starts to surround you.
Well, I'm not surrounding your face. I'm just pinning you down to the ground, essentially.
Well, I don't think you knocked him prone.
Oh.
Hold on. You are on the ground. He rolled a 20. I forgot about that. So
I see this going on.
Whenever he rolls a 20 on a grapple check, I've always knocked them prone.
So I see this going on, and I see a chance to get on Havabir's good side, and I cast Hideous Laughter on Lulu.
I had words to say right when I had him down on the ground.
So you can say them. It's all happening super fast, so you could say them before Shenanigans is able to cast.
Alright, so as soon as I got him down on the ground, I just say...
Now listen here, you leave Fitz alone!
And now you start laughing.
Yes,
wait, he hasn't rolled on that one.
Say of, was it Wisdom 15? Yeah, Wisdom 15.
Okay.
Okay, and I've had it up to here, so if her being paralyzed with laughter frees me up, I'm hitting her once with the not as harmful flat of my hammer.
Yeah, I don't know how Chef, how does that work? How does that freeze her up, or what does that do?
Oh, with her laughing?
Yeah, Hideous Laughter.
Yeah, so she's not able to maintain her grip on Havabir anymore. She's just like, so she's got this tight grip, almost like kind of a gooey snake coiled around Havabir, and then as she just starts laughing, her whole body's kind of jiggling and laughing because she doesn't really, as she's trying to grapple you, doesn't have a super, humanoid shape. And so her whole body just jiggles and just laughing and kind of loosens up, and you're able to push free Havabeer.
Yeah, awesome. I'm gonna hit her with the side of my hammer with the hopes of sending her like splatting into a wall like a freaking pancake.
Okay, go ahead and roll your attack roll, which I think will have advantage, right? Because of the
will it?
the laughter. Yeah.
Okay, I'll roll the other one. Let's see.
I feel like Havabeer always rolls the same thing.
Like that happens to me so damn often. It's getting kind of annoying. All right, yeah, I just drilled her and yeah, so +8. That's 22 total.
So that hits. So go ahead and roll your damage, and now do it this time. Drag the damage box from the mall from your actions tab, and drag it over the top of Lulu.
Okay, 12.
Okay, so Lulu, you take 12 damage.
Oh no! Wait! It's not 6. It's 12 because it's blunt force. It's not slashing.
Yeah, no. She's only resistant to piercing and slashing. So go ahead and describe what you do to Lulu with the maul.
Okay, I just like freaking like a golf club, just punt her off the ground and send her flying into a wall. She go like kind of flattens against it and like drips down.
So you hit her and you damage her, but you don't actually move her unless your ability says so.
No movement?
No.
Oh, okay.
And you're also kind of in the center of the room, so you would have had to really hit her to get her on a wall.
Okay, then if that's the case and I can't, she stays planted, then instead of swinging to the side, I swing down in the hopes of squashing her kind of flat.
Okay. All right, so you swing downward and splat her a little bit. And she's still standing there laughing.
And I step back and I say, I have been so gentle. I was being very nice, and he was being very rude. And at any rate, Lulu, do not touch me again, or we are going to have some problem.
Okay, so Lulu, it will be your turn now. If anyone is entering this combat, we're going to start freaking rolling initiative. So as long as it's just these two, I'm just going to keep it casual. But if you do anything else or whatever, you guys are going to be in the combat tracker.
Yeah, I'm going to yell, enough team fighting.
Yeah, I want to disengage. I got my point across, and I don't want to fight any further. And if she's paralyzed with laughter...
Yeah, I'm busy laughing, so I can't seriously respond. I don't even know if I recall.
Yeah, so while Havabeer takes a minute to tell you what for, in that time, enough time passes that your laughter... He finishes like maybe 10 seconds before you finish laughing. But you did hear everything he said, despite the fact that you thought it was hilarious.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn to Sakapuno and say, where were you on that?
I'm going to take a moment to say to Havabeer.
Now listen, you're asking Fitz for things that he's not with us for.
Listen,
I'm going to look at Lulu and go,
And I'm going to turn to her and I'm going to say, you know what? If you care so much about the little creep, you be his handler. You get advice from him. I am finished talking to him.
Good. Stop talking to him. Don't even look at him.
Sakapuno wants to yell into Havabeer and just yell, Fitz is not our leader. We take our own path. He knows as much as the rest of us.
Then where do we go from here, Bugbear?
All right, Sakapuno's going to look around and then going to look up at the sky and is going to motion to Lulu to come outside. Come on, arm thing.
Can I do like the lick my finger and hold in the air thing like a Boy Scout to see which way the wind's blowing? Maybe that
yeah. You lick your finger, I guess, and hold it up, and you can see that the wind is blowing east pretty easily. It's hitting the west side of your finger.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna
do that.
I'm gonna give Shenanigans a pat on the head. Thanks for the assist.
No problem.
And I'm going to head outside and just call it. Like, is Lulu already out there, or is she pouting on the ground?
Her token's still in there. Did you move, Lulu?
I did not move yet, and also pouting.
Oh, I just had to throw that out there.
She's in there heating up a pizza.
So
I do come
I'm gonna
outside.
I'm
Do
gonna
you
look
put
over.
your clothes back on, or are you gonna just be a slime?
I'm gonna put my clothes back on before I go back outside.
I'm gonna say, all right, Mr. Smartkins, do you have any ideas? Where do we go from here, guys?
You talking to Fitz?
I'm talking to the group generally, but I'm talking specifically to Furlough Stabkins, who pretends like he knows shit. Just saying, all right. Have any ideas, Mr. Do Nothing? Where do we go from here?
All right, so Furlough, he's just like, well, seems pretty obvious to me. I don't know what you guys are doing dicking around. And then he doesn't say anything else.
All right, I want to look around to see what we can see outside of this building.
I'm gonna mock him. Oh, it seems pretty obvious to me. I'm just not gonna say what I'm thinking. I'm super smart, but don't seem to know the answers.
Can we consider him evil yet? Being a real asshole.
Furlough just sighs and he points up to the sky and he just says, and then you guys all look up and you see the moon up in the sky, Omar, and then he's just like, clearly there's energy coming from the moon. We have another pylon. Is it really this hard, you guys?
But what if that place is haunted?
And I'm gonna look over at Fitz and say, why didn't you say that in the first place? It was a simple question. Things don't really need to get this negative before we make our next move.
Furlough just acts like he's not even listening and starts walking off towards the east side of the group.
That one was directed at Fitz.
Oh, this was Furlough that said what I just said, by the way.
I know. Furlough said that, and I'm like, if it's so obvious, why didn't this little gnome say?
Oh, okay. Well, so Fitz replies. So Fitz is like, I told you, I'm not telling you what to do. You're just gonna blame me, and you're going to choke me and hold knives up to me and throw me in the snow. I'm not telling you anything else.
I haven't done that for like 2 days. Have you not noticed?
2 days? It was yesterday.
And when you pissed me off, I didn't do anything. I called for Sakapunto.
All right, Sakapunto is walking away with Fitz on his shoulder.
Thank you. He pats you on the head because he's on your shoulders. Thank you. Keep me far away from that tall, stupid-ass fish boy.
Oh, no. I just want you to know he's on my shoulders. If you attack him, Sakapunto is going to be pissed as much as he is your friend.
So I'm gonna have a beer and I'm gonna say, do you think that we can sell that old gnome for some gold?
Oh, I'd love to. I know some people in Myth-Nantar who would be delighted to purchase it. But Lulu, do you see how patient I'm being with him? I haven't assaulted him for like 24 hours. I'm calling on the help of others whenever he does get under my skin. I think you and I have a serious misunderstanding. I respect that you don't want the gnome harassed anymore, but by the same token, maybe just one more time would teach him some respect. But
well, you've been good for 24 hours. Have a freebie.
Wow! And I'm going to turn to Shenanigans and just say, "You're the devil on my shoulder, and I appreciate it, but I really need to." This probably isn't good for my blood pressure to begin with.
Okay, so while they're over there talking, I walk over with Fitz to Lulu, and I, just put a hand on Lulu's shoulder and say, Lulu, we need the ship again.
I look at Heavy Beard, I go, throw a snowball at him, it feels real good.
I'm tempted, but I need to stay professional. Really, in the end of all this, I'm just trying to get back to my island. I'm going to go over and not really apologize to Fitz because I'm not really looking to make amends. I don't feel like I've done anything wrong because he's been kind of a dick this whole time. But
I've been a dick.
I'm asking simple questions to Fitz, like kind of after post hatchet burying, and he's so afraid to do anything that he
bends down into Sakapunto's ear and says, "Can you please hit him or something?"
And I'm just going to look at Sakapunto coldly and say, I could ask you the same thing. When I called you, I was asking you to be a mediator. Can you do that for me going forward, Sakapunto?
Sakapunto crosses his arms and glares at Havabir, and he says, your actions do not fit with this mission of the group.
Sakapuno, how can you say that? I've been the only person trying to guide our overall game plan since we set off on this stupid errand.
And
And I've
Sakapuno
had-
points a big old bugbear finger and says, "You act immoral."
What?
You act immoral.
I don't either. I lose my temper every now and then, but you try to talk to that little guy with any sense of purpose. He'll get under your skin too. But what I was asking you to begin with, Sakapunto, was to be a mediator. Can you do that going forward, please?
Sakapuno's gonna get real close to Javiber's face, real close, and say, "You are not my leader either."
I don't, and I'm not backing down an inch. I'm gonna look him right in the eye and say, I don't intend to be your leader. I'm just trying to lead us through this stupid thing so we can get back to making some money. In the meantime, I don't need to talk.
I don't tend to be your leader. I'm just trying to lead you. Blah blah blah.
Oh no.
And
He's got some newfound confidence being up on Mama Bear's shoulder or Dada Bear's shoulders.
I see a political opportunity here, and I'm going to look at Daddy Bear, and I'm going to see what I've been dealing with. What do you think he was doing in the compound while we were talking?
Sakapuno is going to, mid-conversation, just turn his back and walk over to Lulu and say, "We need the ship now."
With that, Lulu is like suddenly, almost like you just retold her of a terrible memory, just has a scared expression, like she very clearly is uncomfortable with the idea.
Fitz is still focused on Javier. He's just glaring at you. He kind of points at you and then like points at his eyes and like gives you the squinty eyes.
I just roll his eyes because I'm thinking, dude, you're like the size of a mosquito. I would squash you so flat if it wouldn't piss people off. And so I'm gonna walk over. Wait, he's got the remote control, so I'm gonna say, Fitz, will you please do the remote control to make Lulu a spaceship?
Make Lulu a spaceship? Why?
Oh, as Mr. Super Intelligence over there, Super Brain, said, we're probably going to go to destroy the next pylon.
Yes?
And so what I'm asking you is if you could please find us a way to get there. I would appreciate it. Last time...
I don't think we're going to be able to break Toral's gravitational pull with a Lulu spaceship controlled by this tiny power supply.
That's a... and I'm scratching my head because I'm just like, gravitational pull, what? Oh,
I think I asked this already, but what do we see around us outside this building?
So it's just a big, vast, snowy landscape again. There's some mounds off in the distance and a few like trees, like pine trees, that are covered in snow. But they're kind of sporadic. It's not like a big forest or anything like that.
And we didn't see any ring platform things inside the building, did we?
Nobody looked, but no, you didn't see any just passively.
Oh, okay.
Oh, let's go back up and see.
So I'm going to look over to Lulu and say, okay, if you are Fitz's delegate, maybe you can ask him what his suggestion is for getting us out of here.
Fitz folds his arms and looks to the side.
I respond. I like snap out of it from thinking about the whole ship thing for a second, and I turn to Avavir and just say,
I don't think I like your attitude.
And I'm going to turn to Furlough and say, I guess today diplomacy isn't my strong suit. You get us moving.
Furlough just sighs and walks back inside the shelter.
I'm going to follow him with Fitz on my shoulders.
Okay. And he's like, I don't want to be in the front. One of you guys go ahead.
I guess I'll go in front of him and I'll start looking around the room more.
Okay.
What's the shelter you're talking about?
The pylon base. The room that you guys were in.
That we were back in?
Yeah. And so he's motioning towards the stairs because there's nowhere else to go inside there. You guys got, I think, like, what do we say, a 6-hour climb?
In episode 5, it was 6 hours up, 5 hours down.
Okay. All right.
Just to clarify.
We're going to say it takes 6 hours up and 5 hours down then.
I mean, in that case, when we got here, we took 5 hours to climb down, took a long rest at the bottom, and now, after doing just about nothing, we're going back up.
Correct.
Is that right? Oh boy.
Now, is there anything... So, in the past, historically, was there any sort of transportation apparatus at the top of these things?
So on the Yeti episode, you guys you guys marched all the way down the tower and then marched through the blizzard all the way back to that snow base, and Furlough was already waiting for you because he was hanging in the back of the group, and then found a set of rings and used them to teleport himself back, and then he was just sitting there waiting for you guys.
Where were the rings that he found?
They were in the top of the pylon in the control room.
Oh, okay.
We created a hole at the top, didn't we?
Yeah, you guys shattered the little sphere at the top of this one.
All right, I'm gonna go outside. Before I do, I'm gonna say, "I'll meet you up there," and I'm gonna turn into a spider, and I'm gonna climb up the walls.
Okay. Let's see. Where did you see a spider?
It's in my notes. I don't know.
Oh, probably from way back in the.
Yeah, from way back when we fought about 1 billion of them.
All right, that's fine. That's fair.
It says a big ass poisonous spiders.
Big ass poisonous spiders. All right. Okay, so you turn into a big ass poisonous spider, and you start to climb the side of this. So what's his climb time?
Like 3 hours?
Probably 4 hours. Doesn't shave that much time off of it. He's got to deal with weather, and the surface is super smooth, even though he's a spider.
So, he might get blown off.
Yeah, he's got some of his own obstacles to contend with, for sure.
Gotcha.
Also, he has his strength. He has to hold on the whole time. Like, he can't just stop and rest on the stairs.
Gotcha. I'm gonna run in and start climbing the stairs. Like, we've scoured the bottom. The only way out's up top. And yeah, I'm gonna just start marching up.
Okay. Should we fast forward here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys follow, or you guys stand down there?
I think everyone's gonna follow unless someone says different.
Yep, I'm following with my fits on my back.
Yeah, climbing doesn't sound fun.
All right, so you guys all march up. Rainbow, Shenanigans, you reach the top before about 2 hours before everyone else gets up there. So you are now up at the top, and everyone else is still about 2 hours behind you. You nearly fell a few times with some gusts of freezing wind as you marched up, but since you weren't actually a Cyme Volk, you were a spider. You were a little more sturdy as you were traveling, so you're able to go up to the top. Are you still a spider, or do you try to turn back into...
Well, as soon as I get in, I'm going to turn into Shenanigans.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Yep, you are able to turn back into Shenanigans.
And I'm going to look at the room, and I'm going to see if there's like one of those circle thingies.
Okay, so you're roll an investigation check for me. Okay, so you're looking around the room and you see, there's a bunch of scratch marks on these panels. All these panels are off, all these control panels, and there's a giant gash in the side of one of these computer consoles where Havabeer found his sword embedded. You see a little kind of closet-looking area just to the right of that. And there's this door, and it kind of looks like the door has been warped, and the hinges are bent.
Alright, but I don't see any portal thingy?
No, not out where you are.
And I'm inside the room, right?
Yeah, you are inside the room, but like I said, there's a door that leads into some kind of closet, maybe.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try to open up that door that goes into the closet.
Okay, so you go to pull the handle, and it kind of creaks a little bit, but because it's so warped and bent, it's really hard for you to open it. Roll me an athletics check.
Oh, nice. Damn!
All right, so you kind of brace yourself. You form feet, and you put them up against the wall, and poof, you pop the door wide open, and the door goes flying off of its hinges and hits the console, and then bounces off the console and outside the sphere since it's shattered, and falls off into oblivion. And then inside you see a circular chamber that with a very familiar marking in the ground, circular marking.
I'm gonna wait by the door that they're gonna come up through.
Okay. So you go to the door. They've ripped the sphincter-shaped metal hatch off the floor, and so you kind of can see the stairs leading down through that hatch.
I'm just gonna wait until they get up here then.
Okay. All right. Fast forward. 2 hours goes by. You're just chilling, and then you guys all arrive up at the top of this pylon, and you're greeted by Shenanigans.
Just as they enter, I'm gonna go, "Oh, guys, sorry to make you walk all the way up here for nothing, but there's no portal up here."
Roll a deception check.
Perception.
Deception.
Would it be with disadvantage since Furlow said or told us about his thing?
No. I don't think
He
so.
doesn't know there's anything up there though.
Yeah, he doesn't know for sure about this tower.
Okay.
Kind of a weak check, though.
You guys are all a little like you guys don't see any reason why he'd be lying.
And after they're convinced, I just go, just kidding. It's right over here. And I take it to him.
God.
Oh, shenanigans. You live up to your name.
Alright, so he walks you guys over to this circular chamber and points inside, and you guys can see that there's clearly a what appears to be what you're used to seeing as a ring platform.
Is there like any sort of screen in or around here that would like display destinations?
No, so all the consoles in this top area are off. They've clearly been damaged by the sword that's been embedded in the side of one of them, and nothing is even sparking or anything. And you guys have destroyed the only thing that was lit up in here, which was the central core of this pylon, and so now it's super powered down.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and step into the ring platform and just say to the others, just general rest of the group.
Who's going with?
I pushed the button on my hand thing.
I'm going to say me.
What?
Shenanigans pulls out his head device, hits the crystal on it, as Lulu's like, "Who's coming with me?" And then all of a sudden, these rings come out of the ceiling and form like a kind of a almost solid cylinder around Lulu. Light goes down the center, and Lulu vanishes from everyone's view.
I'm gonna step into the rings. I'm gonna step into that room and say, "Well, that would have been an awkward ride anyway."
I'm gonna go there too, and as a player, I'm gonna go. Well, I didn't know that was gonna happen.
Okay.
Okay, so you walk. Shenanigans and Havabeer, you're both in the rings.
Yeah.
Actually, I can't go to the rings. I'm not gonna go to the rings because there might be multiple trips involved. So
I was waiting for you to go through
Yeah.
and trap everyone.
I was almost gonna say something like, you're kind of the only person who can activate them right now.
Everyone, get in there so I can activate it.
Sakapuno
Havabeer's
carries.
already in there.
Yeah, Sakapuno's getting on there with Fitz.
All right, that's about all you can fit. So this is a kind of a small little circular or cylindrical chamber. So Sakapunto and Havabeer, you guys both step in, and Fitz is on Sakapunto's shoulders, and so the three of them step in, and you hit the button, I assume.
No, before I hit the button, I say, "No, Lulu," I said, and I hit the button.
All right, they vanish from view.
Who else is here now?
Well, you've got Chiron,
Freya, Chiron,
Furlow,
and Zurok.
Yeah,
I assume we
they're
can all
pocket
fit
size.
there.
So Zurok can go into his emitter, and you could be on someone's shoulders, and you guys are all pretty small characters compared to like Havabeer and Sakapunto, or beefier, and Lulu. I guess Havabeer's not beefy. Like you're more slender, right?
I'm pretty big after taking that.
Oh, that's right.
The protein powder.
Anyway, yeah, the three of you could barely fit. But
Wait,
the
the rest
Zurok,
of
you
us go
definitely
up
have
there.
to go hide in your emitter, so you have to be willing to do that. Zurok, without thinking, goes into his emitter goes to fall to the ground, and Furlow reaches out and grabs it, puts it in his pocket.
I push the button, and we all go up to wherever we're going.
Okay. You guys are all standing in there, and the rings come down, a light shines through, and you guys are transported.
Well, it is 10:30. Do we want to take like a traditional 5-minute break?
I suppose we could. Let's make it 10 minutes, so everyone has time to get back.
All right.
More alcohol must be acquired.
Alcohol.
All right, let's continue on with the game.
Yeah,
pretty sure break's over.
We're 6 minutes over our break. All right, so you guys all find yourself materialized in pitch darkness. So who among you has dark vision?
I do.
Anyone else?
I have a torch.
Let's see. Freya does not. Havabeer.
Wait, where am I?
You do not.
I do not.
Oh, sorry.
there I am.
Did I not share the sheet? There we go.
No, I'm there. I just I was.
I'm gonna
behind
cast
Fitz.
Barnfire.
Oh,
Oh,
perfect.
nice.
Okay. Like what? Like right here?
Yeah, we're about there. That sounds good.
Okay. Let me go ahead and grab that fire token I used to use.
What are we looking
I-
at here? Is that water and some islands and land there?
So this is my shitty rendition of a cave. The scribbles are solid walls.
I'm gonna give Shenanigans a little hug. I'm gonna like grip my teeth because I know it's gonna burn a little bit, especially on the
it is. I have
nipples,
gear on.
and just give him like a little hug, like you're doing such a good job today.
I still have all my snow gear on, so it shouldn't burn you.
Oh, perfect. Then yeah, I give you a little hug.
So wait, are we in a cave now?
Hey, Chef,
Yes. What?
Oh,
question. Since I was the first one here, first of all, can I say that I reabsorbed the snow gear, and also by the time they got here, I already have a torch lit for myself.
Didn't you already reabsorb the snow gear?
Yeah, he did when
You're
he
right.
tackled me.
You're
hey,
right.
so I don't have night vision, but I do have this produce flame ability. Can I use it in the cave?
You can. Shenanigans did just create a bonfire, so you guys can all see
So-
now.
Okay.
Is the snow gear like a custom item?
Yeah. You just add custom items to your inventory if you really want to keep track of it. Which-
I'm gonna say that by the time everyone got here, I'm already holding a torch.
Okay, so you got a torch active, and Shenanigans arrives and casts a bonfire, so you guys can see pretty well. Yeah, the big scribbly shit. This version of Fantasy Grounds, a new version of Fantasy Grounds, is supposed to come with some cool map, on-the-fly map tools. But for now, I have a pencil, so I just scribbled to make solid walls. There are the little ones that are in the middle are just like stalagmites or little walls that go up to the ceiling, like this one here.
What is the temperature?
It's cool. It's not super cold, but it's cool, and it's kind of dark and damp. You hear a little
And
dripping water. Yeah, it's wet, like caves tend to be. And there's just a ring platform behind you guys. That's what this fucked up oval shape here is.
I'm gonna put all my snow gear into my backpack so it's nice and safe.
Okay. You guys do notice something that the ring platform behind you is enormous. It's like 4 times the size of the standard ring platform.
Oh wow, that's what she said. Okay.
What?
All right.
Oh, your ring platform is so huge.
What?
And yeah, so you guys are in this cave now, and you just there's no light. There's several ways to go. You can go this way, that way, this way, this way.
And we don't see any light coming from any of the.
Nope. Without the light you guys are creating, it's completely pitch black. You can't
Yeah.
even see
Can I
anything in
still
front
do
of
my
you.
produce flame thing? Do I need to roll that, or is it just?
Oh, you can still do it. Sure. Codeman, you create a flame in your hand. It doesn't harm you, and it doesn't harm your equipment or anything. And it sheds bright light in a 10-foot radius. So it's basically like holding a torch.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Can we hear anything?
So yeah, so if you guys are all quiet, you're able to just hear dripping. Just kind of drip, doop, doop, just like drip,
I'm
Coming
cave
from
drips.
anywhere in particular?
I'm gonna pop a torch
No,
out
just,
of my.
just all around the cavern.
All right.
I'm gonna pop a torch out of my pack and light it in the bonfire.
Okay.
I'm gonna yell out into the cave.
Echo!
Well, I'm gonna hear Lulu do that. I'm gonna go. Well, I pull up my bagpipes, start playing.
And it echoes around the cave.
And I'm just gonna step a little bit further this way because I figure if there's a monster zeroing in on these guys, they'll be bait and I can counterattack. But I also want to look for some treasure. And I've stood. It still got me marked as prone. Will you unmark me as prone? I'm sure I'm standing up by now.
No,
No, you've been crawling around this whole
you've been.
time.
It's like a video game with lag. You've been sliding along the ground horizontally.
Yeah, I've been just crawling from place to place. Hey, can I help you out? No, I'm good. I'm good.
There you go.
That's how I get around.
That would be
Okay.
an interesting race ability. What if Signbolt could be prone, but they just had full movement while prone?
I mean,
Kinda what they
technically,
are. They're never like they're not really standing up, and so they can't really. I mean, I guess you could call them prone because they can like move as a puddle if they want to.
the effects of prone don't apply though.
No, they don't. And so I'm walking like, and I'm just gonna like. Of course, my main concern is finding treasure, but I'm just exploring the cave generally.
Can All right. Azura, can I start looking around for like animal tracks or?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see if there's
Go
any
ahead and
bears
roll
in
me
this
an
cave.
investigation check.
So I was trying to look for like any kind of tracks or some kind of anything we can find.
I'm gonna start heading down this way.
I'm gonna follow him with Fitz on my shoulders. Is there a way I could attach Fitz to me?
No, there's not, unfortunately. You can group select. If you right click and go to, there's a talking head that says selection modes. You can choose token select mode and drag a box around your two characters. I'm hoping the new Fantasy Grounds streamlines some of this crap because it's kind of bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and follow.
Okay, so everyone follows. So you guys go down this cavern, and it branches off in sort of a T shape. So you guys basically hit a wall, and you can turn left or right.
I'm gonna say to the group,
Should we split up?
Actually, that's a great idea. And I walk down the hall and I turn into two things and I go both ways.
Zurok.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that's not a thing Simville can do.
I'm just gonna go to the left.
Zurok, you're looking around and you're looking for animal tracks, and you notice some tiny little tracks in the mud as you walk down this corridor. You can't tell what they are from where you are, but you go to get down close to them and you can see that they are paw prints.
Okay.
They're small and they're plentiful, but they're also kind of it's like there's been a lot of foot traffic, so it's hard to make out one individual footprint, but you can see a couple of them that are pretty fully formed, and it looks like some kind of animal paw.
So I turn to the group and I say, "Hey, there may be some kind of animal in this cave. We may not be alone."
Sakapuno stops and looks down. What am I looking at?
Okay, so you're stopping. You're looking down just at the ground.
Wherever Zurok was just pointing.
Oh, okay. So Zurok points to the ground. You go and look at them. As you get a close look, you can tell that there's some type of rapid foot traffic, like of some small creature. It's got a small footprint, but there's lots of them.
Yeah, is there anything I can roll, like maybe to try to figure out what kind of animal this is?
Knowledge nature, maybe?
I was gonna ask Zurok if he knows which way they came from, like left or right.
So they're going, Zurok, you are able to tell they're going every which direction. Like this is regularly trafficked, or at least was.
So in every direction.
Pretty much.
Do like a nature roll, like see. Well, tell me what kind of animal. I don't know.
Well, just ask DM. He'll tell you what kind of roll you need to make. You just need to ask the question.
Don't think about what kinds of rolls to make. Think about what you would like your character would do, and just describe it.
Okay, so Zurok, he gets on all fours and he looks down, and he puts his finger in one of the tracks and he kind of lifts it up and like smells it to see if he can smell it. Anything?
Okay. Let's see. Let me have you roll another investigation check.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah. So you put your finger down. You smell it. You definitely smell some organic matter, but you don't really have a frame of reference. So you definitely know now that it's some type of animal, probably.
And Havabir went to the left, right? That's what you said?
Yes.
And we see the tracks going both sides to the left and the right?
Yeah, so it's hard to see the tracks in the first place because the entire floor, it's getting heavier toward the middle, is like if you've ever seen like a dirt path that's been trafficked a lot by people, like it looks like a normal path, but if you look at it, you can see a litany of footprints and stuff like that. That's kind of how it looks.
So there's footprints of other people too, right? Or of other creatures, I guess.
So that's the one thing, though. All these footprints are uniform. So whatever it is, definitely appears to be like the same thing, but many.
How big is the footprint?
Like a house cat's paw.
I'm gonna start following Havabir then to the left.
Okay.
I'm also gonna follow Havabir.
All right.
Nice.
Okay. Everyone else follows suit too. Then Zurok, you're following, I assume, also.
Which way does Havabir go?
Left. At the T.
Left?
Yeah, this is theater of the mind right now. You guys can't. There's no map.
I'm just like irritated that everybody's mad at me, so I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I'm gonna turn right just because I want to do my own thing because that's kind of how I am.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah, and you've got your flame in your hand, right?
I've got my own flame. Yeah, I can see. I'm just be like, I'm gonna go this way.
Okay, so you turn right and you start to wander that way to investigate. Havabeer and the entire rest of the group goes left.
Oh wow! So
I'm gonna
furlough
pull up.
deranged. Gosh, Cashmere. Oh gosh, what's his name? The tiefling's name?
Kayron.
Kelmar. Kayron. Even furlough and Kayron didn't go with
No, Zurok was in the back, and after everyone decided to follow you, he decided to go his own way.
Ah, okay.
I'm gonna light a candle and stick it on the top of my head.
So
Okay.
I'm kind of excited about the prospect of getting in a fight. So I've got my sword drawn, and I'm holding my torch with my other hand.
All right, so as you guys keep heading down this corridor that you're going down the left passage, you guys do see very faintly in the distance kind of a tiny, tiny little bead of light.
It is, and I mean, if that's in the tunnel and the tunnel's small, then the tunnel's just going to take us in that direction, right?
Right.
Okay, yeah, I'm just going to keep heading toward it.
Okay. Everyone keeps following you. Zurok, as you go down your corridor, you are noticing that the little footprints stop. They kind of dissipate, and there's almost a hard line in the kind of the clay floor that you guys are walking on, where these little footprints stop and instead are replaced by giant versions of the same thing.
I get down and I, again, like on all fours, and I kind of put my hand next to the small footprint, and then I put my hand next to the bigger one, trying to guess like how much bigger it is.
Okay.
I'm just scratching my head.
As you do that, you're able to compare, like, it's probably at least like 5 times as big, if not more. The little tiny footprints fit a lot of them in the giant footprints. In fact, I shouldn't say 5 times. Like, it's more like 20 times. Now that I'm picturing it in my head, it's like 20 times bigger. Yeah, it's like way bigger.
Whoa. I decide that I don't want to continue because this animal may be a lot bigger than I anticipated. Not something I want to take on by my own. So I'm gonna turn around and go see if I can tell the group.
Okay.
I'm gonna head back down the other way.
So you go to turn around, and as you turn around, you suddenly hear a little noise coming from behind you, right as you turn around, and the noise is like.
Oh gosh. So I stop and I don't want to be seen, so can I'm gonna try to make myself stealthy for a minute while I try to blend into the wall or something, find a crevice.
Alright, so go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
I think you might have to extinguish your light to do that too.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say I'll turn my light off too.
Metagaming.
I'm being helpful. I'm a helper.
So I would find a little part of, if that's a good stealth check, I find a little part along the wall and I try to like. Yeah,
that's a really good stealth check. So you line yourself up against the wall and using your holographic matrix kind of just blends into the wall immediately. And as you do that, do you sit there for any amount of time?
Yeah, let's say 10 minutes.
All right, so about 8 minutes in, you hear the whole time you're hearing like this really faint little squeaky sound, and then all of a sudden at about the 8-minute mark, it gets a little closer. As the sound starts getting louder and louder as it echoes around. You can tell it's some kind of creature emanating the sound. You can't see anything though because you put out your light, so it's all completely dark. Do you wait any longer after 10 minutes?
I'm trying to decide what I would do.
Yeah, you're kind of stuck. If you light anything so you can see where you're going, you're going to be seen. But you can't really do anything unless you do that.
I was looking here. I do have this Druidcraft ability. I could make like the faint odor of a skunk or something like that. See if it would deter the animal.
Sure. Tell me what you do.
So
Keep in mind you cannot see anything.
I can't see anything, but I can hear where the sound's coming from, right?
Yeah, it's definitely coming from the direction you were heading. So I'm imagining you up against the. So as you're heading down the corridor, you're the left wall that would be on your left while you're facing the way you were going. That's the wall you're up against now. And so now you're facing out from that wall. So to your right would be where you came from, and to your left would be where the sounds are coming from and where you were headed.
I would take this. It'd be like a small. I guess it could be like a small sack or like a, almost like, you know how you throw those things on the ground and they like pop and they make a little effect or something. I don't know what I'm thinking, but then I would take this out of my pouch, and I would throw it in the direction of the kind of just like maybe like 5-10 feet in the direction, or maybe no, let's say.
Are you creating magic stones?
No, I was just gonna like throw this skunk smell like down the hallway a little bit.
Oh, okay. So you kind of point in the direction you want the smell to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's verbal and somatic. So you point and you gesture, but then you also have to say something. You can whisper it.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, do you dare?
Would it be just like gibberish? Like I point and I go ooga booga wah.
Ooga booga wah. All right.
Whispering though. Ooga booga ah.
Okay. And it doesn't seem to catch their attention because this little all of a sudden as the skunk smell starts to emanate. It takes a minute, but you're able to smell it, and suddenly these rats are. They head off. You hear them like they're walking further away.
So they're walking away from me now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I still want to regroup with the rest of my group because I don't want to find out what this thing is on my own.
Okay.
I'm not that strong.
You haven't
So
seen
can I stealth check?
any other turns or anything like that, so you could, without making noise or turning on light, you could keep your right arm on the right wall as you head back.
Yeah, just kind of walk along the wall back, slowly back to the group.
Okay. And yeah, do another stealth check for me.
Oh, bitchin'.
There we go.
Ooh, nice.
Nice. All right. So yeah, you're just like a cool breeze going down the cave. Nothing in there is gonna know you're there, and you're hologram too. So you don't even smell like a mammal or anything like that. You don't smell like anything.
Awesome.
You're just this metal alloy emitter, and that's all you are. And so you're able to just go down that corridor without any problems at all. As you do, you see the light that's flickering off the cave walls down the other direction of the tunnel. So you can head your way back to the group, and you're now behind them. They do not see you coming.
Okay. I'll just stop and come out of stealth, and I'll relight my light.
Okay, so you kind of pop off the wall, liquid Terminator style, and form back into a person, and your light lights back up. You guys all get a glimpse of this flicker of this new light from behind you. It's pretty obvious. So most of you turn around and notice Zorak behind you.
I go, hey guys.
I get startled and I hit him with my quarterstaff.
Hey.
Do you really?
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like if something just popped behind me, I might try to attack it.
Is he even at the back? Like, I mean, the order of procession matters in this case. He's pretty close to the front.
Am I?
It does. We didn't discuss the order. I just assumed that he was in the back since he said that.
Yeah, no, he was. According to the tokens, it's him, and he was one of the first.
It's theater of the mind, man. I didn't move us off this sheet.
Well, remember, it was him, Sakapuno, and Sakapuno and Shenanigans that first came to follow, and then everybody else followed them.
Yeah, you guys are all kind of just casually walking down the corridor, though, right? Shenanigans
So
could
does
have slipped in
Shenanigans
the
walk
back.
really slowly?
Well, let's let him to decide. While
know.
Zorak was doing stuff, did you move to the back of the group or not?
So I'm probably not. I'm probably in the front, but so I can't hit him with a quarterstaff. So I'm gonna cast infestation on him because I don't know what's back there.
Gosh.
All right, so you guys all see the flicker of light. Most of you turn around and immediately see Zorak, who says, "Hey guys," and then Shenanigans immediately casts infestation. He's saved. All right, so you guys just kind of hear, and then they fade out like little bug sounds, but then they go away.
And then I say, "Okay, hey guys, there's something down the other way. It was the animal tracks went from small to large. I'm not about 20 times as big. I'm not sure what's down there."
And I'm going to look at Sakapuno, who I know is always ready for a scrap. I'm going to say, should we find out?
Sakapuno cracks his knuckles and says, "It's time to fight."
I look at Haverbear and I go, but there might be loot down this way. Animals don't have loot.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say,
But there's light down here.
Oh yeah. In all of the time that Zurok was doing his little, stealth shit, did we ever find out what that light source was? Like, how much further did we
No.
make it down?
Like, when I said it was a tiny little pinprick, I meant it. It's really far away.
Okay,
Sakapuno, wait. Sakapuno's going to look up to Fitz and say, do you want to come with? As I motion towards following Zurok, sorry.
And Fitz just says, I don't know. I just want to stay with you.
Okay, so I'm going to just start walking towards Zurok.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start walking towards the little light.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna continue to light too.
Are you guys all trying to be stealthy, or are you just walking along, and are you talking?
Does Zurok mention that we should be stealthy?
He just said that the tracks turn from little to big. Did you say you heard sounds or anything, or is that all you said?
I didn't say that. Yeah, I was about to say, and I heard animal sounds. I'm not sure what animal it is. I don't recognize it.
Well, I could use a new pelt.
How
And-
stealthy can I be with a gnome on my shoulders?
And pretty stealthy if you don't talk to him.
I don't think it gives you necessarily disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
try
gonna
to be
go for.
stealthy.
I'm gonna
But
go
also,
for
to be
stealthy.
fair, I didn't say that I want to go back down there. I just said that there's something big. So everyone has to follow me a
But
lot.
I want to go back down there.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna worry about stealth because I'm holding a freaking torch. Like, I'm gonna be spotted a mile away, and I know it, so I'm just not even gonna bother with it.
I'm not gonna worry about stuff. I'm gonna worry about speed. I'm gonna try to get to the light.
I'm going to try to be stealthy.
I think Shenanigans and Lulu are the two that are just continuing down to the light.
Anyone else continuing on to the light?
Yeah, I guess at this point, if people are coming with me, I want to go see what the animal is.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna look at Freya and
so,
go,
so
Freya,
who's going to the light? Shenanigans and who else?
Lulu.
And Lulu. Okay, so I'm gonna just use this map for temporary. You guys are gonna head down to the light. Havabeer, do you follow Zurok?
Yeah, I'm following Zurok. I want to go fight some.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right. Well,
there.
we'll say up there. I was gonna go left, but that's fine. So Zurok's going that way. All right. Furlough decides to go with you two. Freya wants to go follow you guys to Zurok, and so does Kayron. Okay. So you guys continue down toward the light, while the rest of the group turns around and follows Zurok and Freya says, "Lead the way."
All right, so I kind of hunch down. I don't know what this creature is yet, or if it's gonna try to be aggressive. So I get my bow and arrow kind of readied.
Yeah, and I'm gonna step out about 10 feet ahead because I know that I can't be stealthy and see it at the same time, but I don't want to compromise those who are trying to be stealthy. So I'm like, I'll take point. There's no preventing this.
I want to
Okay.
try to be stealthy.
Okay. You guys are you all trying to be stealthy?
I think
I
Haviber's
think
the only
so.
one not trying to.
I mean, I would, because I'd be spooked. I wouldn't want to get this thing angry.
You're not trying to be stealthy at all, Havabeer?
I can't. I've got that torch, so I'm like, and that's
Well, that's
why
why I'm
also
asking. Are you going to keep the torch lit then?
Yeah, because I can't see without it, and if I can't see, whatever it is going to get the drop on me no matter what. So.
All right. Well, then I'm not going to roll stealth checks because you're out in the front. All right. So as you guys get closer, you kind of hear.
Sounds like a monkey.
Sounds like something I grabbed by the ghoulies.
Yeah. I remember that game. So, yeah, I'm gonna just kind of not shout, but just hello.
All right. So you say hello, 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 and suddenly it stops. You don't hear the sounds
right.
anymore.
Yeah, I'm gripping my sword pretty tight now, and I'm excited, and I'm nervous, and I'm gonna keep pressing forward.
Have we reached where the footprints change yet?
No, not yet. You have not. The sounds are you guys are already hearing this shit with the sounds before you're even there.
All right, I'm gonna keep following Haviber.
I mean, this beast doesn't sound scary, but
No, it doesn't. And I mean, can they be stealthy if they follow far enough behind?
I mean, they can be stealthy where they won't be noticed, but you will be
Yeah, like
noticed.
yeah, I'm gonna be noticed no matter what, and I'm okay with that. But like if this creature sees me and decides to attack me, I'm gonna have my whole all my guys behind me, and he's not gonna detect him until it's kind of too late.
All right, yeah. So I will roll a stealth check for the party then. Just ignore yours, PJ. Okay, so Zurok, you're
I
pretty
got a natural
stealthy.
20 when I'm not even there.
Oh yeah, ignore those ones too. All right, Sakapunta. Yeah, you guys are all pretty stealthy. So you guys are.
Oh fuck you, Lulu! How many natty 20s are you gonna get tonight? I swear,
Me and
every
Lulu
time
are so stealthy, we're not even there.
Yeah, I was just about to say that Lulu's so stealthy. It's like she's not even there.
I know. Is it like part of being a Cyborg? You just automatically get bumped up to 20s? No wonder they feel so OP.
All right, so you guys are pretty stealthy, staying behind Havabir. I assume none of you have fire or a torch or anything.
No, I would have put it out.
No, I
That's
got
not
dark
stealthy.
vision.
Okay. All right, so Havabir, you make your way up, and the sounds have gone completely silent. But as you are shining your torch around, you suddenly see a little glimpse of some brown creature in your vision.
It's a rat. I don't know what that is.
It's
an ROUS.
Unidentified creature 2.
Yeah, so the light of your fire is flickering off the cave wall, and it's kind of lighting up just kind of the side of this creature, and you just see brown fur.
God, it's a bear.
And so I'm going to step out into view and try to get a look at this thing, but I'm not going to close in on it yet because if it's not hostile, I don't want to trigger it.
Okay, as you step around, you see a second one right next to it, and they're just kind of like standing super still.
Hi there, guys. My name is Havabir. I'm sure you've heard of me. We are just here searching for gold. Maybe you can show us where to find some?
Nothing happens. There's very dim light flickering and lighting these two creatures up. It's right at the edge of like kind of the radius of light your torch is generating. It's a torch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they stay lit if they land on the ground, right?
Uh,
I mean, torches have I've seen that happen in movies where if
sure,
they fall and
that's
they just
fine.
stay lit.
That's fine.
So wait,
Alright.
these things aren't like being aggressive or anything at all, right?
No, they're just standing there. They're both staring at you, but they're being super still, almost like they're just trying to appear as like parts of the cave or something. You can't make out their faces very well. It's too dim, but they're definitely staring at you. You see glints off of their eyes of the light.
Okay, now Zurok is a druid. Sakapuno's not. Sakapuno doesn't have any kind of skill with animals. Shenanigans.
I'm not there.
Oh yeah, he went down the tube. Freya has no skill with animals. I'm not going to talk to her.
Well, I do actually. So I walk up to you and I go, "Hey, let me see if I can talk to these guys."
Good idea.
Okay.
I'm just trying to decide which ability I want to use because I have a couple.
Yeah, tell me which one you're gonna use.
And I'm going to just pass him the torch so I can hold my sword with both hands. I'm going to say, "Here, they see us already. Fine. If I need to back you up, just be holding this so I can see."
Okay, so I'm gonna put away all of my weapons because I had my bow and arrow out, and I'm gonna slowly approach these guys. I have a spell here. It's a let's see, it's a 2nd level. It's called Animal Friendship.
Oh, cool.
And it says this spell lets you convince a beast that you mean it no harm. Choose a beast that you can see within range.
Okay.
Okay, giant rat 1. I did that. Did it work?
Okay, and he succeeded. So this which rat did you do? Giant rat 2? Okay, so you try to tell Giant rat 2 that you don't mean it any harm, and nothing happens, and it's still staring at you intently. Your light is brighter. Wait, do you have fire, Zurok?
I took his
I
torch.
handed him my torch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so as you get closer, you clearly see that it's a rat, and it's just staring at you with its big buck teeth sticking out. It's probably like a little bit bigger than you are, and they're both just staring at you. You are also able to see just a little bit off in the distance behind you. There is another one also just standing perfectly still, and then another one.
Jeez.
Let's
I
see,
do have
animal
another.
friendship. If it spell fails. Okay, so yeah, so the spell did nothing. It just saw you make some motions and toss like a little bit of food at it.
I do have another ability called Speak with Animals.
Okay.
It says gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration.
Okay. What do you want to say?
Sorry, I look at this rat and I say, I'm like, hey, we mean you guys no harm. What are you doing down here? Is there any gold down here? Is there anything? What are we doing as a group anyway?
We aren't doing anything as a group. Our group is divided. I went over here hoping either for a fight or for some profit, and people followed me. And that's what we're doing as a group.
So as you,
So I look at this rat and I basically say, hey, we mean you guys no harm. We're just explorers. We found ourselves in this cave, and that's about it. Let's see if the rat responds.
okay, so you talk to this rat, and then the rat just kind of stares at you still, and then it kind of moves its eye a little bit to look more in your eyes, because it was like trying to hold perfectly still, eyeball movements and everything, and it looks more in your eyes, and then you just hear this voice in your head that just says, "Fresh."
Uh-oh. So I immediately take a step back, and I look at Hababear and I go, I don't think these guys are friendly.
And I'm gonna pull my sword with both hands and say, "Fresh meat, Sakapuno."
How long does that spell last for, Zerok? Let's see. Speak with animals. Duration is 10 minutes. Okay. Suddenly you hear another voice. Fresh.
Like a zombie sound, huh? I go, I think these guys want to eat us. Given the chance, I think we should defend ourselves or run.
And I'm just gonna say, oh, whatever.
And you've turned to talk to Hababear? Like you're turned around?
Yeah, I turned to talk to. Yeah, I'm kind of close to him now. Like I've taken a few steps
you
back.
You barely finish what you're saying, and you hear as this rat comes up behind you and goes to attack you. And now I'm gonna have you all roll initiative. Ignore the initiative rolls for the ones who are not here. Let's see.
All
initiative.
Right. I forgot how to roll initiative, be honest.
Don't worry, I'm doing it for everybody.
Okay.
Perfect.
Oh man, I'm all the way down there. Dang.
All right, so as this rat runs up, let's see.
Whoa, these three rats have to go first. Oh god.
Yeah, you're in trouble, dude.
So Hababear, you are watching as this rat is about to attack Zerok, and this rat comes running up behind him. And just as that rat runs up behind him, you catch out of the corner of your eye another one that comes around this wall here and jumps at you. And it immediately tries to bite you. And it does.
Jesus.
And it does 4 damage to you, Hababear.
Okay.
And then it's going to try to bite you again. And it does 4 more damage.
Damn, that's a good, that's a strong rat. That's an accurate rat.
He has sharp teeth.
Alright, so now rat number 5 here immediately comes running up behind Giant Rat 2. And he tries to attack you, Zerok. And he comes up and runs up and tries to bite your arm. And he misses. He jumps up, misses as your arm kind of moves out of the way, and he's as it jumps by and misses you, and then lands kind of behind, just off into the side of you a little bit. Okay, and then Giant Rat 2 that came running up to you. It looks you in the eye right before it stops. As it runs up to you, it stops and it looks you in the eye, and then it just says, "Tasty fresh," and then it tries to bite you, and it hits.
20. God damn it.
Take 5 damage. Okay, and then Giant Rat 3. Okay, so Giant Rat 3 runs up between the other two, and it also, as it's running, it just says fresh, 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 fresh. And it runs up to you and then attacks you.
Damn it. Too many of these fuckers.
As a side note, we're not sponsored by Subway.
Fresh.
All right, you take 4 more damage. Make sure you're marking when I say you take damage. Make sure you mark that on your D&D Beyond sheets. So far total,
I have
you've taken
9.
5 and 4. So yeah, 9 damage so far.
All right.
All right, and then Sakapunto, as you're watching all this unfold, you catch out of your eye this way another rat coming careening down the corridor and jumps up to attack you guys back here in the back. Kayron kind of dodges out of the way
because
here.
we were stealthy when we came in. I don't know if they would have seen us by now.
Yes, this one does see you.
Okay.
And this rat tries to bite you, Sakapunto.
Oh, and he succeeds.
Ouch.
And does 4 damage to you.
Oh, okay.
Havabeer, you're free to act now.
And so this pisses me off, and so I start raging. I'm just, oh, you little son of a bitch! And I can feel the strength serum like coursing through my veins, like everything is expanding. I'm seeing red, and I'm just ready to kill. And so that was my bonus action to activate rage. I'm going to take my sword, my big, beautiful, gigantic sword that I've been waiting to use, and I'm going to attack this rat next to me recklessly with a gamble hit.
Okay.
Okay, so 7 plus 10 minus 5. That's 12.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Which rat is it? Rat 7?
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna try. So it's a gamble hit. So it's gonna be if it's 2d6 plus 6 plus 10. So plus 16 on top of whatever the damage roll is.
Okay. Roll your damage roll.
15 plus 16.
What?
And that's to number 7?
Yep, number 7.
Okay, so that's 31 damage total?
Yes.
Okay, describe how you kill it.
I just let's see. When I swung at it, I was swinging at just its torso. So this sword cleaves right through the middle of it.
Okay, so you cleave right through the middle of this rat, and the rat's just like, fresh, and it dies.
Hey, Chef.
Nice.
What?
Just a quick note. They have the rats have the pack tactics feat.
Yes, I'm aware.
Okay. But notice that it looked like you were only rolling once, so I thought to make a note.
Oh no, we're good.
Okay.
Thank
Well
you.
done. Well done, Bunsen. Appreciate
Just
the
looking out for
vigilance.
you. Wait, what was that?
I said your vigilance is impressive.
Okay.
So are
thank
you running to D&D Beyond and looking up all the stats for these creatures when you encounter them?
No, just this time because I'm not involved anyway.
Okay. I was gonna say you better not be.
Wow, Bunsen got caught.
Yeah,
I got some stuff for metagaming.
I'm gonna have to start totally making up my own shit, so you can't look it up anymore.
I said it was just this time because I'm not involved anyway.
I believe you, but does Jesus?
Man, that's some old school stuff.
This is a good Christian podcast, isn't it?
Yeah. Jesus, dude.
Okay. It's still your turn, Javier, I assume?
Yep. And so I've got my second attack, and I'm gonna direct it at giant rat number 5.
All right. So you, I assume you move within range.
Yep. So sticking with the reckless attack gamble hit.
There you go.
Nice.
Nice. Bitch, and do I even have to roll for that, or do I kill him?
Yeah. Well, you got to roll your damage.
Okay.
Critical, it says so.
I think it automatically calculates it critical.
Yeah, it'll double the damage.
So, and so remember the plus 6 is all.
Oh
plus
wait,
10 more.
this is with your 9 lives sword. That's right. You, if you hit a creature with a crit, you instantly kill this rat, and you lose. You now have 8 charges of your sword.
Oh, gotcha. And so this time, when the sword cuts through the rat, I feel like warmth in the blade, and as soon as it bites into the flesh of the rat, like it doesn't even travel an inch into it, and the whole rat just explodes.
Okay. Yeah. So this great sword you have hits this rat and just the rat just completely obliterates, and there's blood and guts and fur and bits of bone that splatter all over the walls around his buddies, and you guys are covered in it. And this thing is it just splashes up against the ceiling, and now there's just drippings of this guy dripping off the ceiling.
Should I cast a prestidigitation?
I don't think you have prestidigitation, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Dang it.
Okay, let me give. All right, so I just hit. I updated the sword to show that one of the charges has been used up, and I'm going to use my action surge to give myself one more attack because now I'm just having a good time.
Okay.
And attack the. Let's see. I'm going to attack giant rat number 3. So let me update my action.
Come on down.
Okay.
Oh, no shit.
5 was the one that was obliterated, right?
Yep. 5 is gone. And
Contestant
so
number 3.
let's see. So same thing. Gamble hit.
Okay.
So
That hits.
not all right. And so go ahead and roll the damage onto giant rat number 3. So 8 plus 16. So that's 24 damage.
Instant. Look at the chat. Instant death. What, Bunsen?
You get plus 10 on your gamble hit?
Yeah. So the gamble hit, the way that it works is I take 5 away from the attack roll in exchange for an extra 10 damage to the damage.
Yeah.
Your plus hit on the sword is plus 10 without the modifier on that. And shouldn't it be lower?
Yeah, so plus 5 then. So the AC on that would still be, or the attack roll would be still 14.
Okay.
Okay, so describe how this rat dies.
So with this one, now I'm going for style points. So I try to lop its head off, and in the same stroke, send the hand rolling towards the other rats in its pack.
Okay, performance check.
All right. So 14 plus 5.
All right, so you slice through this rat's head, and before the rat's head can even hit the ground, you kick it backwards, and it goes rolling all the way back to this rat and lands at that rat's feet, and that rat just looks down at the head and then looks up at you, and then goes takes and starts running off this way.
Yes.
Okay, and so that's all of my attacks, and so I just look over at giant rat number 2. I point my finger at him and say, "You're next." In an effort to intimidate him, I want him to run away too.
Even though he doesn't speak your language, so he's like, eh.
Okay. The pointing should get my point across.
Yeah, and the beefy voice.
All right, so as you guys all watch Havabir finish off 3 rats, or was it 2?
It was 3.
It was 3. Yeah, that's right.
Nice.
He slices 3 rats and obliterates one into a misty, bloody mess, and then all of a sudden you guys hear just tons and tons of squeaks, and then you also hear like kind of a little stampede, like just like a mini stampede, as a horde of tiny rats come screeching around the corner. And so this swarm of rats, this token represents, here, and let's make it bigger, but it's a continuous swarm of rats running down this corridor here. And you guys, no matter how stealthy you are, they're filling up the whole entire width of the cave. So they're running over you guys.
Shit.
Let's see. He's gonna attack. Can I do that against multiple targets at the same time? All right. So I'm just gonna narrate what happens to Freya and Kayron. These rats are biting at their shins. Freya immediately falls prone. on the ground. She's just like, no, what in the world? Help! She's just like on the ground, sticking her arm up, and these little rats are nipping at her arms and nipping at her legs, and just lots of tiny little cuts and stuff. And then these rats also start to climb up your legs, Sacapunto, and several of them hit you as they bite at you for 6 damage. So there's like 6 little rats as they all bite you and then take little tiny chunks of skin from your leg and hurt you a little bit.
Ouch. My legs.
Is that what Sakapuno says? Ouch, my legs.
Yes. He's a man of few words.
This swarm also comes running down the left behind you, Havabir and Zurok, and you also get attacked by several rats. All right, you take 5 more damage as 4 of these rats come up behind you, Havabir, and they bite you. One of them bites you extra hard right on a tendon and just hurts double, and you're just as these little rats are climbing up on top of you. All right.
So since I'm raging, would I cut that damage in half?
Let's see. It's piercing damage. So that reduced the... Okay. Zurok.
No.
You are... These rats, immediately after they biting Havabir, they just jump on you, and they just swarm over the top of you. Your holographic image flickers a little bit and shimmers as these rats swarm all over you.
Oh!
And they're just biting you everywhere. You take a total of 28 damage.
Golly. Save me, have a beer.
You're also prone, by the way. They pull you down to the ground and you're prone.
Is it possible for me to grab his little receiver from my proximity as like a quick action and just like yank it and put it in my pocket?
Not anymore. He's covered in rats and he's prone, so it's going to take a bit of effort to get through this pile of rats on top of him.
Dude, I can't take another hit like that. I'll die. Save me.
Sacapunto.
Now, do Lulu and Shenanigans hear any of this mayhem?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, right. That's a good question.
Their tokens are right here on the map. I know that, but they're actually like way back this way and way off to the right, like way far away.
So I have one quick question. To do like a surprise attack, do I have to be stealthy for that? Like, I wouldn't be able to surprise these rats anymore, right?
So you could probably surprise like the one up, Giant Rat 2 up there, because it's already distracted by Zurok and Havabir. You may be able to surprise the one way far in the back, Giant Rat 1 that ran away, that guy back there.
Okay.
If there's any more rats back there where you can't see, you may be able to surprise them if you were to make your way.
And is Fitz going to be able to hang on if I go start fighting shit?
And has Fitz been bitten by any of these?
He's certainly going to try.
I don't want to set him. I was going to set him down, but I don't want to do that now with a giant swarm of rats.
Yeah, that might not be a good idea.
Okay, so then I am going to... Now they can handle that rat. I'm just going to punch Rat 4 in his stupid rat face.
All right, go ahead and roll your attack.
Eloquently phrased as always.
So you go to punch this rat, and it's like, nah! And it moves out of the way a little to the side, like side steps.
Fine, I'm going to punch him again.
All right. So you punch once and miss, and then he's like, nah! And then, as you punch him again for... All right, tell me how he dies.
So I just punch him in his head and cave it in with my fist. Into the
All right, so as he's like, nah, dives out of the way, and as his head just kind of caves in immediately.
I still have movement, so let's see. Would I still be able to sneak attack hit Rat 2 up there?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, well, I'm gonna
roll me a stealth check.
Yeah, so run up there, and I will. Sweet.
Oh, bitchin', dude.
Nice. All right, so you're easily able to sneak up beside this rat. He doesn't see you coming. It's super loud in the cave with the swarm, so
I'm going to use Flurry of Blows to hit him twice. So first, here's my first one.
Okay. That one misses.
Here's my second one.
And that one hits.
And then I'm going to... Okay, so there's that one, and then it's 2d6 for the sneak attack.
Okay, so you've completely obliterated this rat. Describe how he dies.
Once again, smashing it with my fist into the ground, smashing its head in. Just flat, like a car ran it over.
Okay.
Oh, and then I roar.
All right, so rat number 2 is completely obliterated and dies in front of you. Okay, there is still a swarm of rats. I'm just gonna put this kind of right here.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like everywhere. Can I do a circle? There we go.
I don't think
They're swarming around everywhere.
Oh,
wow.
my turn is finished. I've done all I can do for now.
Okay.
So I think next is Giant Rat 1 still alive? Yeah, he's still alive. And then
Yeah, so
Zurok
Giant Rat
is,
1 is still terrified and is hiding behind these stalagmites now back here. And so he's actually not going to do anything. However, you guys are watching this Giant Rat 1 as he kind of hides and cowers behind the stalagmite, and suddenly another swarm of rats comes pouring out of the from behind Giant Rat 1 and joins the other swarm. So this swarm has gotten even bigger now. And this swarm also runs over all of you guys, taking bites at each of you. Fitz immediately gets covered in 3 rats up on your shoulder as they kind of leap from your back, Sacapunto, and they grab onto Fitz and they bite him pretty good, and he takes about 5 hit points of damage. Sacapunto, you are also getting bitten by these rats as they try to get their way to Fitz, but you're able to shake them off. Only the ones that have bitten Fitz have made their way up you, and you're just able to you're kicking them off of you.
Yeah, come on, you little shit.
And then Havabeer, they swarm around you. They're trying to nip at your heels and your shins, and also you're just like punting them off of you, keeping them from attacking you. Zurok, you're still prone. More of these rats swarm over the top of you, and they're just biting you over and over again for 9 additional damage.
Oh, damn.
I'm gonna use riposte. I mean, finish what you're saying, but I'll use riposte.
I was gonna say, wait your turn. Yep. It's Zurok's turn now. You are prone. It takes half your movement speed to stand up, but I'm also gonna have.
Riposte is an opportunity attack.
But they didn't provoke an opportunity attack.
Riposte says that when somebody attacks me and misses, it provokes an opportunity attack, and the swarm missed me.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't understand that rule. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, that's okay. I was trying to explain it in as few words as possible because I didn't want to, interrupt you too badly. So yeah, I'm gonna do my classic and go for a reckless attack on the swarm here.
Okay, go ahead.
With my gamble hit.
Okay, does this count as a turn? Does an opportunity attack count as a turn? Can you attack recklessly on an opportunity attack?
I would think so because it just all it does is leave me open for it leaves me anything that attacks me has
with advantage. Yeah,
I got you.
All right, fine.
All right, so advantage
can only be triggered on your own turn and only gives advantage for your turn. Disadvantage lasts until your next turn.
Okay, lasts until my next turn. So then, yes, it would work for an opportunity attack.
It says the opportunity attacks would not get advantage. You use it on your turn to get advantage on your attack on your turn.
Oh, so no advantage then.
Okay, so no reckless attack. That's kind of what I was leaning towards.
Okay, I want to get rid of these die then because I don't know how, but I'm just gonna throw them and well, now I've got 3. How do you set dice down after you've picked them up?
You have to unplug your computer.
Oh, okay.
Just drop them on the background of the app.
There we go. I got it. Okay. So
System 32.
Then you know what? No gamble hit. I'm just gonna go for a regular hit.
Okay.
Since I don't have advantage. So rats. Boom. Oh.
All
so.
All
17.
Right, so you're able to kill what?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You're able to sweep around and kill about 7 of these rats that are around you.
All right. Cool.
So there's only 2, right?
No, these are swarms of rats. There's like hundreds and hundreds of rats.
Damn it.
All right. Well, I mean, and that's it. Like it was just the one opportunity attack, so that's it for me.
Okay, Zurok, you are up. You are prone, so it will cost you half your movement speed to stand up. But I'm also going to flip a coin on whether you can stand up at all.
All right.
So are you going to try to stand up though?
I'm just gonna give up. Just kidding.
I lay down and die.
Final stage of grief mode activated. Acceptance.
I'm just trying to decide. I can cast an entangle or a web.
Okay.
I'm trying to decide which one I like better. Yeah, I'm gonna cast my web at these this horde of rats.
You're casting this web between that rock you're next to and the opposing wall, right?
Yeah, as best as I can to cover
anchored
this
between
web.
those two. Okay. Each creature that starts its turn in the webs or that enters them during its turn must make a dexterity saving throw.
And
All
the
right.
webs are flammable.
All right, and that includes your party members too, by the way, just so you know.
Oh man.
That's alright. I'll take his sticky web.
All right, so yeah, all right, right there. So we'll make you have to roll one because you're in your own web. You succeed. Hava Beer succeeds. Sacapunto succeeds, and Fitz succeeds. All right, so all your friends succeed. So we'll just count those rolls out of the way then. You guys are not restrained by the webs. You are just on rough terrain. Okay. All right. So all the rats now are really struggling as they're trying to get at you guys. They're like stuck on these sticky webs as they're trying to move around. Some of them are completely restrained by the web. A few of them are moving through it slowly, trying to get at you guys, nipping at you. But it's much easier to dodge out of the way of all these rats trying to get you now.
Do I need to roll for this web or no?
No, it was a saving throw, so you're good.
Okay.
The webs are flammable. Any 5-foot cube of webs exposed to fire burns away in one round, dealing 2d4 fire damage to any creature that starts its turn in the fire. Nice. Wait, didn't one of you have a torch?
I
Zurok,
did.
don't you have a
It's
torch?
on the ground.
Oh, okay. Then this web immediately ignites, and it deals 2d4 fire damage to any creature that starts its turn in the fire. So now it is all burning around you. And if you start your turn while this web is still burning around you, you will take some damage.
Oh, shiced.
Yeah. Damn.
Nice.
All right. Do you have any additional actions, Zurok, or bonus actions?
Oh well, then I definitely want to cast Healing Word.
You can also take a cunning action, which is to dash, disengage, or hide. So if you want to cast one of those spells, you will not be able to do that. So right now you could jump out of that web. You could disengage.
Yeah, let's disengage.
I see
Okay.
how it is.
Let me roll my
Fuck you
d2.
I'm out of here.
All right, you are able to stand up. So you stand up and you use your bonus action to disengage, and you manage to get out of the rats and out of the web, back towards Freya and Kairon back here.
Yes.
Who are still fighting
Yes.
rats off of themselves.
I'm free though. I'm free.
I'm free. I'm free.
But
Dang
that's
it.
it. I don't have any more moves.
No, that's it.
All right, so you guys see another swarm of rats coming from this other direction in the cave, increasing the number of rats that are fighting you guys. Let's see, there we go. So now there's
It's
just
Bear's turn, right?
this whole cavern is completely swarming with rats now. Oh no, these rats have to attack first. So these rats add to the swarm, and so some more attacks happen to Havabeer, which they miss. Again, you're still kicking and shit, and you're able to keep them off of you. And then also same for you, Sakapunto. You guys are untouched. Zurok, some more rats come down this corridor this way, and so they come towards you from the other direction, and they hit. Let's see, they do 8 more damage to you.
8. Okay.
Yeah, so keep track of that on your sheets. Freya and Kayron are both now prone in the back there as these rats are starting to swarm over them. Giant Rat 6 makes its way around here and it starts to attack Kayron. Let me do some rolls here. Okay, that hits. Alright, Kayron takes a little bit of damage from this big rat. So Kayron's covered in tiny rats and also being attacked by a big rat. Alright, Havabir, you're up.
Damn. There are so many freaking rats. I'm like, there's got to be a way to kill, do more killing en masse than, oh gosh, and I can't even use some of the spells that would be useful. I mean, I could just set like a water wall on the ground and try to drown them all, but I can't cast any spells when I'm raging. So I don't want to waste, like, after feeling this thing light up in my hands and knowing what it does, I don't want to waste its power on little itty bitty insignificant rats. So I'm gonna switch over to my maul.
Well, they're not little; they're giant, right?
No,
So there's only one.
The swarms are a bunch of little rats. The individual rat icons are big giant rats.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, there's 3 swarms that have kind of joined together into one swarm now. But I keeping them separate for the sake of the combat tracker.
Yeah. So
so that you can fuck us up 3 times.
I'm gonna attack. I want to kill something big, so I'm gonna attack Giant Rat number 6 with my big gamble hit.
Okay.
With oh gosh, what's it called?
You're going back to attack the giant rat that's attacking Kayron?
Yeah. He's seems to be the only person that's like in the kind of danger that I can control, because I can't do anything for freaking Zurok, because he's just covered in like little rats. Like I could try to brush him off, but
Zurok shook him off. He stood up and he's back here now. He got bit some more, but he's not covered.
Yeah,
he's not swarmed in rats right now.
Yeah, so there's not much I can do for him. So instead, I am going to attack the rats that are attacking Kayron. And I'm going to gamble hit. And so, let's see. Here's my maul. I wish my screen was bigger because I can't.
You're playing on a Game Boy Advance.
Feels like it. Okay.
On a TI-83 calculator.
Yeah. 2 TI-83s. Dual graphics cards.
24, so I think that one hits, yeah?
Yes.
So added damage is going to
It tells you in the chat, by the way. I don't know if you see that, but it says hit right there.
I have to drag the map out of the way because everything's like overlapping everything else.
You know you can shrink the map, right?
Yeah, I can, but I still don't have enough room on my screen to look at the map and the battle tracker and the little thing that I'm supposed to drag my dice from and the chat.
You can shrink all of it so it fits, but okay.
Oh, bitchin'.
All right.
Yeah, this guy just got fucked.
All right, describe how Rat 6 gets eviscerated.
That's pretty much exactly what happens. Is he standing upright as he attacks Kayron, or is he on all fours?
So he's on all fours trying to bite Kayron's shins.
Okay, so I'm going to swing the hammer like a golf club with the goal of pushing his head through his entire body.
Nice. All right. So describe exactly what happens. You don't need to roll for anything. It's whatever you want happens. So tell us.
So yeah, I swing the hammer and I make contact with the top of his head, and it pushes the head about halfway through his body, lodges in his stomach, and the carcass flies off about 6 or 8 feet away.
All right. You know what the last thing that went through his mind as he died? His ass.
That was my dad's joke whenever he said, like, bug hit the windshield. You know,
yeah, dead joke.
Alright, so Giant Rat 6 is toast. How about you doing more?
Yeah, so I've got 2 more attacks because my feat means that if I kill anything and I've got my great weapons feat, I get a bonus action melee attack. So I am going to just try to kill as many of these little critters as I can with another like large looping swing of my hammer.
Okay, so roll attack rolls against one of the swarm entries in the combat tracker, and then just roll damage just on its own in the chat window.
All right, so here's I'm attacking recklessly this whole time, so I'm not doing my gamble hit anymore because like these things don't take that kind of damage anyway. So I'm gonna actually re-roll the 2. So that's one swarm. So
12.
5. Yeah, 5 plus 3. Yeah, so 12.
All right, so you swing your maul around, and you get rid of 12 more rats just instantaneously. Just these rats just like pile up on the end of your maul and then get smooshed together and thrown against the wall next to you.
Gotcha. Are there any stalactites coming out of the ceiling?
Yes, I did not mark them on the map, but as you look up, there are significant stalactites. So I'm going to get rid of the circle, just get a picture in your mind of what the big circle looks like for now. There are stalactites right here, several on the ceiling that are pretty large, and there are also some over here.
Are there any columns where stalagmites and stalactites join in the middle?
No.
Can I reach any of the stalactites with my hammer?
No. In my head, I'm picturing them too high for you guys to actually reach them without throwing something.
Gotcha. So, I am going to does seismic activity? Is there any way for my character to know whether seismic activity travels through the cave well or not?
I wouldn't think you could know that.
Gotcha. I'm gonna swing so I guess the only thing that would connect floor to ceiling would be a wall. So I'm gonna swing my hammer, my maul, at the wall just as hard as I can.
That wall?
Yep, in the hopes of bringing down some of these stalactites because I can't kill all these little guys.
All right, roll a raw attack roll.
Or veggie roll works.
A veggie roll. All right, so you hammer this wall, and the wall immediately just kind of cracks, and bits of it flake off, and a sound echoes throughout the chamber, just this gong as this echoes around the whole thing. It doesn't particularly shake the cavern or anything, if that's what you were expecting.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was hoping to bring some stalactites down, but if that's not happening, that's effort failed.
So these stalactites are, they're kind of fragile because they've been there for a long time, forming slowly. And so the sound alone, you notice, has some of these stalactites right over here, just kind of vibrating.
Gotcha.
Until the sound stops echoing.
I'm gonna shout then. As a it's not an attack. It's a what do you call them? Free actions, standard actions.
Yeah, free action.
Free action. Then I'm just gonna shout at the top of my lungs.
All right. Let's see. Roll a performance check.
All right. If there was ever a time I wanted the D20 to be nice to me, okay, that's not too bad. Could be worse.
Okay. All right. So you shout out, "Die!" and the stalactites above there, they start to shake a little bit. One of the tinier ones that's in the bunch kind of just fractures into a little bit of stalactite dust, and then falls down on the rats below. One of the little pebbles bonks one of the rats on the head, and it's just like. Wee!
All right, and that's all I have for a turn. So.
All right. So this swarm of rats. The rats are upset at the yelling and you hitting the wall and damaging their cave, and so they come up and they try to attack you. Oh, hold on. I just realized I've not been rolling with advantage against you. So you have been.
You have
lucky.
to roll with advantage against everybody if what Bunsen said was true.
What a bun! Oh yeah, that's right. Well, that was for the giant rats. I don't know about the swarm of rats.
there's 3 of them attacking at once, 3 swarms, so I would think that would give them pack advantage.
That they don't have the swarm of rats don't have the trait pack advantage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a trait that's character that I see. Okay, specific to the monster.
Yes.
Okay, it misses. Opportunity attack.
Yes, a bunch of rats try to bite you and miss. You get your stupid fucking opportunity attack.
Stupid fucking opportunity attack. How bad of a stupid fucking player would I be not to take it?
That sounds like time for a shot.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so let me mark another thing off of my short rest, and I will use riposte with my hammer and just swing at another group of rats. Or could I use riposte? Like riposte says, I'm not sure whether it means I have to swing at the creature that misses me. You can use your reaction and expend 1 superiority die to make a melee weapon attack against it. So yeah, I have to attack what attacked me.
Even if it didn't say that, I would have assumed that based on the fact that it's the trigger.
Okay, so yeah, at the little blob of rats, the little group of rats that jumped at me to bite, as I dodge out of the way, I just
so in this particular case, that distinction doesn't quite matter because you don't have to attack the specific one of 100 rats that.
Okay, fine. I'll just roll my attack.
Yeah, roll your attack against one of the swarm entries, but then just roll your damage generically.
There we go. Okay, swarm rats 2. Boom, bitchin'. And attack. So I'm gonna re-roll that since both of them fell below 3. Okay, well that's 1 better.
All right, so you swing around and you're able to take out 8 more rats with you. Just you hammer all these rats out of your way.
Nice. Do I get a free action on an opportunity attack?
No, you don't. This is not a turn. It doesn't include different types of actions.
Just curious.
It's literally just
you power gamer.
It's literally just a reaction. That's all you get.
That was just a question. Go ahead.
So, wait, he took out like 8 little rats out of like hundreds?
Yeah, so each swarm probably represents about 100 rats.
Yeah, so I mean, I knocked out about just below 10% of its volume, and this one over here, number 2, has already lost a lot of members. They're probably down to 60% or 50% strength. I don't know if that damage is being tracked or not.
What damage are you asking is being tracked?
I'm saying, are the amounts of rats killed from each swarm being tracked? If there's like 300 total, I mean, there could be 300.
Oh yeah, in the form of a health pool, yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, well that was my opportunity attack.
Okay.
Go ahead, guys.
Time for me to die.
All right. Let's see. Did I only rolled against you, right? Okay,
yeah, you only rolled
against me. Sacapunto, you take 8 more damage as these rats start nipping at your thighs and your legs. They're jumping out of the swarm.
They're biting me.
They're biting your toes. That would actually hurt a lot.
Ouch, my furry little legs. Just kidding. My legs aren't little. I'm a big, strong bugbear.
All right, Zurok. Some more rats jump on top of you, and you take 3 more damage.
Uh-oh.
Wait, I got hit?
Yeah, you did. You took 3 damage.
God damn it. I'm out of this game.
You do have healing spells you haven't used, by the way. You have cure wounds.
Yeah.
This game is hard.
This is hard. Life is hard.
Did you say I'm hard?
I'm hard.
Alright, Sacapunto, you're up.
That means I'm happy.
Oh, it's my turn.
Hi. Bogle, if you're not in this class, please leave.
I want to punch the wall too. I'm gonna punch the wall that's right here in front of me.
Yeah.
Can I punch the wall?
Okay, go ahead and punch the wall. Roll your attack generically. Your attack roll. Nice. All right, so you're punching this littler wall, right? Like the one that divides this. Okay, so you punch that one, and that one shakes pretty violently. And the stalactites that Havabeer already loosened up right here immediately fall down and crush about 30 to 40 rats as they fall off the ceiling. Just
All right, I want to do it again.
oh no. Are you shitting me? Alright, you do it again. There are no more stalactites right there to fall. But some over here fall and also crush about 10 more rats.
Yeah. All right. Are there more rats around me?
Oh yeah, there's still plenty.
I want to stomp some rats with flurry of blows. No, I'm gonna punch down with my big fist at the rats with my flurry of blows.
You're so
ready?
drunk.
Your bugbear arms.
I can still make a mouse move. Oh, I hit him.
Nice. Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
You gotta save me, Mirama. I
And
wanna
then I did
die.
that. And then I did it, and that's all I could do.
Alright. So you're able to take about 15 to 20 more rats with you as you're punching down, just punching each rat they're running underneath you.
Rats.
Okay, and yeah, so at this point, you guys have eliminated about a third of the rats, and so that swarm icon's gonna go away. Let's see. Alright, so Giant Rat 1, seeing you guys swarmed by rats, has regained his confidence. And he takes a dash action and immediately runs up to you, Sakapunto, and he glares into your eyes. And just you can't hear it because you're not you don't have to speak with animals, but you can just like if Zurok was there, he'd be hearing fresh. Alright, so this swarm of rats continues to swarm around you guys. Tries to nip at your feet. Sakapunto again misses. Tries to nip at you, Zurok.
Damn it.
Misses you, but you're able to kick him off. You're holding on to the last bits of life.
Yeah, that would have killed me. I have 6 health.
Let's see, Havabeer, they try to attack you.
Oh.
And let's see, did I make you prone or something, Zurok? Oh yeah, they rolled with advantage against you. My bad.
Yeah, these little fuckers. What the hell?
They take you, you're not prone anymore, so I need to take that off of you. There we
They
go.
are assholes.
And they should have rolled with advantage against Havabeer, so that's one's fine. Alright.
They did.
And Havabeer, you take 7 more damage.
So do I round up or down if I've got resistance?
If you got resistance to the type of piercing damage, then it's halved. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying, and you always round down unless it says otherwise.
All right.
So 3. Okay. Let's see, the Fitz, and Freya, and Kayron. So Freya has managed to right herself, and she's kicking a bunch of the rats off of herself. She's pretty bit up, though. Her scales are kind of chewed on here and there. Kayron is still prone, still trying to fight these rats off of him. And Fitz is still on your shoulders, Sakapunto, but the occasional rat is coming up the wall and leaping onto him, and he's had to fight them off, but for the most part, he's been okay.
No, he's such a good boy.
How?
Alright, Zurok, you are up. You are 3 points from death, I think.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds, 3rd level.
There you go.
Alright.
Yeah, DM might want to roll for you on these ones until you get the hang of things.
I don't even see it. Spells level 3, I see Gassiness and Stinging
Thanks,
Cloud.
backseat DM.
You just dragged that health icon over your character in the combat tracker. From the Cure Wounds
What? Don't
spell.
call me backseat DM. I'm just trying to be helpful.
Cry more.
Okay, and I get called chaotic evil?
Alright, Code Band. Do you see Cure Wounds on your abilities tab? Or your actions tab?
Yeah.
Nice.
Fuck.
So, you got 7 hit points back. Hey, you were 3 points from death. That's still better than nothing.
Yay.
Let's see. Are you able to cast that again somehow? Oh, you can use Cure Wounds as a bonus action. So yes.
Oh,
You can.
fuck yeah, let's do that again. See if I can survive a hit.
Oh wait, excuse me. It's Healing Word that's bonus action, not Cure Wounds. You can do the same thing. When you cast a spell using a spell slot of 2nd level or higher, the healing increases by 1d4 for each spell slot. So you can do the same thing. Drag it and right-click twice, and drop it on yourself if you want to cast Healing Word. Nice. So there you go. 6 more. You've got some hit points now. You're not about to die.
But that's it, though, right? I'm done.
Yep, that's your turn. Oh, and make sure you're ticking off those spell slots on D&D Beyond.
Oh, wait. After I do a turn, I can like jump back a little further, right? Because
You have movements. You can move. I'm not counting opportunity attacks from the swarm.
so can I move back a little further? I'm about to die.
You can, but there's nowhere out of the swarm. You're surrounded.
Okay. Well, never mind then. Go team, let's go. Have a big Oh, yeah, it's for Rat's turn.
Yay!
All right, so
Hooray.
the swarm of rats again. They're gonna try to swarm over the top of you guys.
Come at me,
Sacapunto, they
rats.
miss, and then the
Fucking
Hava
right.
beer.
They're gonna hit me.
They hit,
Oh!
and they are going to do
Oh wait,
12.
wait.
What?
You weren't playing that as a natural 20, were you?
No.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
It's only natural 20 if the dice actually says.
I know.
20.
He just rolled more dice than usual, and so I was like, wait a second.
Yeah,
because
relax.
the last time he rolled that.
You guys are trying to predict everything going on my side of the curtain. Stop it.
Okay.
You fucking tell him.
Alright, and
Yeah.
then tries to
Those are
attack you,
fake tits, not
Zurok.
natural.
And they hit.
God damn it.
You take 6 more damage.
I live, though. I live. I would have died.
And then, let's see, Freya and Kayron. Kayron's been able to stand back up now. He's hurting pretty bad, though. Fitz actually took a rat to the face.
No,
And
not
so
my
he's
Fitz.
been wrestling to get this rat off of his face. It's biting his nose. And he's like, no, help, get this rat off my face. It's grappled him on the face, and he's just fighting with it.
Oh, that's some weird shit, dude.
A lot's happening
Blood
over there,
everywhere.
huh?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. This is taking a long time. I just realized
What
you
did
guys
you
are
guys
sitting
help?
over there.
Sound the horse.
Light.
So the turn
Is Fitz
tracker.
still on El Sacaputo?
The turn tracker is starting over,
Yes.
so we're gonna stop here and pause. And you guys have made your way to the light. It's probably about another 20 minutes probably has passed since that fight started, and you guys have made your way down this corridor. The pinprick of light is still bigger, but you have a ways to go. But all of a sudden, you guys are hearing some strange sounds, and you come to a stop. And the sounds just sound like clicking noises, like click, 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 click.
Clicking noises?
Mm-hmm.
Can I make some sort of check to know if I know these noises?
Sure. You can roll like a history check, maybe.
Okay,
It's someone surfing through the channels.
that'll be a
What?
16.
Okay. So you thinking real hard, and as far as you don't know of anything that makes a clicking sound.
I'm gonna get my 2 hand axes ready, but I'm only holding one axe in my one hand. The other one I just have like the handle sticking out of my body. But with that other hand, I have my hand bracelet equipped,
Okay.
ready to
Perfect.
shoot laser.
All right. And by the way, the hand bracelet does not take up. Like you can. It doesn't. You don't have to grip it. It's just on your wrist and on your hand. Like you can grip something else while still having that attached.
Oh, well, I mean, wouldn't it impede trying to shoot a laser if I have something in my hand?
No.
Oh, well, then I'm holding both hand axes in both hands.
Okay. Yeah. The only thing maybe is since you're holding the axe, you can't see as accurately when you're aiming. But if you're holding the axe horizontally, I mean, I don't see why it would really be in the way.
Well, doesn't the laser come out of the palm?
No, it comes out of the crystal.
It's not like spider webs, like Spider-Man webs.
Well, where's the crystal again?
Yeah, it's on the back of your hand exactly.
Gotcha. Then yeah, I'm holding both hand axes.
Okay. Do you guys continue forward? Do you stop? You trying to be stealthy? What are you doing?
I'm gonna continue forward.
I would like to lead, but like I'm trying to like hold my hand in front of Shenanigans to just let's proceed but slowly.
Okay. Furlough vanishes from view. You guys can't see him anymore. As soon as he heard the sounds, he vanished and is now being stealthy somewhere near you, hopefully.
Okay.
And yeah, so you slowly creep forward. You just hear. Do you keep going? It's getting louder.
Yeah. By the way, is it bright enough that I don't need my torch anymore?
No. So that pinprick of light is, still pretty far away. It's probably if you were to hold a humanoid hand out in front of you and do like a little circle with your index and thumb, it's probably about that big when you hold it at arm's length.
All right. Would I be able to be holding my torch like atop my head?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Shenanigans does that all the time.
Okay.
Like a unicorn.
Well, just make sure that I can have my hands free still.
That's beautiful.
It's purely tactical, you know.
All right. So I'm gonna move your tokens up back this way a little bit. And so you're not in the same room as them. Just pretend that they're not there. So as you guys are heading down this corridor, suddenly you notice that as you keep moving, that there is a hole in the seat, like basically a tunnel that goes straight upward, and you're about to go walk right underneath it.
All right. Once I see that, I stop walking and just wait for a second.
Okay.
I hope Shenanigans does the same.
I'll do the same.
Okay. All right. So you guys stop walking, and you still hear the sound.
Does it sound like it's coming from up that hole?
It definitely does.
What I'm thinking about doing is either A, shooting a laser at the hole itself from where I'm standing, or B, trying to see if I can get right under the hole and shoot straight up the hole.
So you're in one action, you're trying to get underneath the tunnel and shoot up into it?
Well, I'm considering that, but that could also be going into the jaws of the beast.
Well, it's up to you. I don't know what you would expect me to say.
How high is the hole?
Maybe the beast doesn't like to eat.
You can't see it to the top because you're not directly underneath it. All you can see is that the normal ceiling you've been used to for the past 20 minutes is now there's an opening.
Well, he was asking how high above is the hole.
Oh, are you asking how high the ceiling is?
Yeah, that's what you asked.
Okay. It's about 25 feet up. It's pretty high.
I'm gonna cast the Dust Devil so it goes into the hole.
You mean underneath the hole?
Yeah, so it goes up the hole and it's gonna be 60 feet tall.
Oh, nice. Okay. That's actually not something I expected, so I don't have the Dust Devil ready. Hold on.
Can I in this action, noticing this, can Lulu turn back to Shenanigans and give him a fist bump?
Sure. All right, so you create this Dust Devil, and it starts on the ground and then slowly builds and goes 60 feet up, and it does go straight into the tunnel that goes into the ceiling. And suddenly you hear there's this shit flying around up there, and you see a bunch of little baby spiders come flying out down through this vortex, down towards the bottom, and little you ever seen a spider's nest? How it's just got all that webbing that forms the nest, like the sack, and then a bunch of spider nest sacks come falling down and burst into a bunch of tiny baby spiders, and they're just flying around in the air basically. But you still hear from up there. It's very rapid, the ticking sounds, but they're up there.
I should have asked, how wide is the hole?
All right, so the opening to the tunnel is about the same size as the cavern you've been going through.
Oh,
it's kind of a perfect T. If you were to come down from the top and go to the bottom, it'd be like a perfect T junction.
Okay, so I'm gonna guess there is a giant spider up there. That's just my guess, based on context clues.
Okay.
So I'm gonna turn to Shenanigans and ask,
can you move the Dust Devil up there? Can you move it around?
I'm gonna try to move it up there.
Okay, so you move it up there and nothing really changes. You just hear that ticking, but rapidly.
I'm gonna take out a ration and throw it underneath the tunnel.
Oh gosh.
Okay. You throw the ration into the vortex and it begins swirling around, and it's now part of the debris.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about the whole wind thing.
I combine the Dust Devil with the Tidal Wave.
All right, so you create a tidal wave, and it begins swirling around. And now that you have this swirling column of water that's swirling in the center of where this tunnel leads upward, and you're still hearing. For a brief moment, you guys are watching intently as this swirls down. you see a rather large spider come falling out of the tunnel. And right as it's about to hit the floor, it vanishes.
What? How can you describe the way in which it vanishes?
Yeah, so right as it hits the floor, it like dematerializes. Almost kind of the way you've seen Zurok dematerialize before. And so it just kind of like, just like in one swift, it's super fast, but it doesn't happen all at once over its whole body. So it goes like basically from the front of it to the back of it. It just vanishes from view.
Does it look like it got Thanos snapped?
Yeah, I mean, but super fast, not like dust
Yes. Yeah.
billowing in the wind.
Huh. Once that happens, do we still hear sounds up there?
Yeah, you still hear from up in the tunnel.
I'm
So
gonna turn to
so there's a tunnel, and then there's like anything around the tunnel that we can go to if we didn't want to.
So to keep going the way you're going, you have to go underneath.
Is there like hall that keeps on going, or what?
Yeah, the way you're going leads to that point of light. And so far there have been no branches off this tunnel until now, and that branch goes straight up.
I'm gonna hug the wall, and I'm gonna try to go across it.
Okay, so you're gonna go you're gonna try and hug the wall and go past your vortex of water.
Yep.
Okay. Are you imagining there's space on the side of the vortex of water? Or are you trying to go through it?
I imagine there's enough space I can get through it.
Okay, so I wasn't not imagining there was space, but I will let
Okay,
you
yeah,
decide since you created it.
Yeah, I figure it's like it goes small to big, like a tornado.
Oh, okay, like the
Like you have it up
graphic. Okay. All right, that's fair. So you are able to go underneath, and so as you go out and you look up, you see massive, huge spider webs filling up that corridor, and this wind wall of water swirling around and wreaking havoc on these webs and forming them into like a big column of spun web. But you also see something that you did not expect. You see spiders vanishing from existence and then rematerializing all over. So as one gets sucked into the vortex, it vanishes, and then it rematerializes somewhere else on the wall, and there's constantly being sucked in, and then they're teleporting back out.
As I go past, I'm gonna wave Lulu to come with me.
Yeah, I'm gonna cautiously, nervously even follow.
Okay. Sorry, what are you doing, Rainbow?
Well, just going past the hall.
You're gonna go past it? Okay.
Yeah, we're like
So-
pressing ourselves against the
So
wall.
as you go past it, suddenly you hear you just hear a little whoop sound right above you, and then right in front of you. So I'm gonna put you guys. You're following shenanigans, right, Lulu?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna put you guys right here on the other side, and one of those spiders materializes in front of you, appears, and it's this giant blue and white, like furry spider. It's got like these blue mandible fang things on its face, and it's just like as it clacks them together, and
I
starts
thought we
to.
drew the tough monsters.
I cast Conjure Animals at level 5.
Hold on. I need to add you guys. I'm actually going to have you guys roll your own initiative and manually add you to the initiative tracker.
Okay. So I have initiative +1 with advantage.
Yes.
Is there a way to do that for
Go
the
ahead
sheet?
and roll your initiative with advantage. Just roll a d20 and then add your initiative modifier, Rainbow.
Natural 20.
You might be able to double click the initiative stat field. I'm not sure.
He rolls more fucking natural 20s than anybody I've ever seen.
Right? But it's just for
Just throw
initiative,
the fourth
so.
one tonight.
So it's a 21. So let me put.
And half
thing
of
is
his
just-
natural 20s come when he's attacking Havabeer.
What's your modifier, Raz or shenanigans?
Nothing. I just looked it up.
Nothing. Okay, so 16 versus 21. All right. So this creature that's in front of you immediately lunges out to attack you, Lulu. And it is going to try to bite you, Lulu. All right. So he reaches out to try to bite you, and And you manage to like mold your form just out of the way as he tries to snap parts of your slimy body off and misses. And then right as after he does that, he vanishes from view, so you can't see him anymore. It's your turn.
I mean, if I can't see it, shoot. I guess we should probably make a run for it, huh?
Up to you.
I mean, like, I straight up can't see it, so.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn into shenanigans and just go.
Let's make a run for it.
Okay.
Okay, so on your turn, you can move a certain distance. Are you gonna move your max distance?
Yeah. Since I can't see anything, unless something happens on the way to the 35-foot marker, I'm gonna make a dash action.
All right, so you make your way.
I move 70 feet.
Wait, you moving back or you moving
Oh,
forward?
you're moving back 70 feet. Holy shit!
I'm
Wait,
not moving
no.
back.
I was moving towards the light.
Oh, you're going forward.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, okay. Hold on. Well then, let's say you're over here then. All right. So you run forward. About. Let's see. You were about right here. So 70 feet. You said.
Yeah, my normal movement is 35.
All right. So right there. All right. So you run way forward. And then right as you do, shenanigans. I assume you were about to join her.
Yeah.
And right as you do, you see that Furlough materialize in front of you. There we go. And he immediately stabs the air in front of himself and reveals the spider that had just vanished. And he sticks his rapier right in the side of this blue and white spider, right at the joint of one of his big furry white legs. And the spider's like as it takes this knife.
Oh.
Shenanigans, your turn. You can try to follow Lulu, or you can help Furlough.
In my defense, I thought it was basically invisible, so I had no chance to attack it.
Well, remember,
I'm gonna
Furlough is
cast-
invisible too.
Oh.
I'm gonna cast Conjure Animals at level 5.
Okay. Is that the one that creates like the you use to create those big toads?
Yep.
All right, so pick out all your shit then.
And it's gonna be twice as much, because I'm at level 5 casting it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna do the same thing, toads. So it's gonna be 4 toads, 4 giant toads.
Exciting.
All right,
Well,
4 giant
I think they're
toads.
going to be pretty predisposed to eating spiders. This is great.
Spawn, I assume, just near this spider around Furlough.
Yep.
Okay.
What size is the spider?
Let's see. Let's look at this guy. He is a large monstrosity, so he's pretty big. Okay, so these toads are all there, and then I think that's where. Let's see. Actually, hold on. Yeah, I think that's where we're gonna leave it. Thanks everybody for listening to another episode of With Disadvantage. Got quite a bit done today. It was exciting and it was funny. Did we lose Mirama?
No, I'm here. I was quiet. I was quiet so I wouldn't laugh at the holes.
I saw your mute icon. You were mute.
All right, so feel free to check us out. Right now, we're only streaming on Mixer, but we have moved from mixer.com/withdisadvantage to mixer.com/chevtek, CHEVTEK. The reason for that is it's going to be our generic podcast channel for live streaming. We will still have the separate podcast feeds for individual shows, but when we're live streaming, we're going to use our podcast network channel. So if you want to follow us there, you will find us recording other shows in the future. You can also email me if you have any feedback.
Like what, Chef?
Well, so we're considering doing some other things in the future. I'll talk more about them when they come up. One of them is perhaps a movie watching, Mystery Science 3000 style podcast where we count down and you start the podcast at the same time you start a show, and then we have basically a commentary track. What we talk about?
Fun of it.
Yeah. Stuff like that, or maybe movie review podcast, something like that. We'll talk more in the future. Still workshopping some stuff.
What about gaming content?
Maybe.
Potentially. Let's talk offline. Let's talk offline. Let me finish the sign off.
Okay.
If you guys want to
One
email,
thing for the sign off. And one
What?
thing for the sign off. If you're a pizza or a pizza company, you want to sponsor us by sending
oh god.
free samples to Bunsen, you can do that by contacting Chef.
And if you need to contact us to sponsor us because you sell alcohol or pizza or have feedback for the show, you can contact me at chev@chevtech.io. Thanks for everybody for listening, and we'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
With Disadvantage is hosted by our Dungeon Master Chev, starring Pete Jitty, Dakota, Rainbow Kitten, Mirama, Evil Lord Boris, Bunsen Gyro, Deranged Plague, and sometimes Codeman. Recorded by Chev, editing by DJ Catface, Dungeons & Dragons is the property of Wizards of the Coast. Executive produced by Chev Tech.